waiting, the post-game press conference, we're informed, there's been a medical incident. Well, at that point in time, they just said incident involving Bob Davie, and he will not be speaking. The players will not be available. A statement will be released shortly. And then as he was leaving the Toe Diem facility, you see the emergency vehicles around the locker room. You see an ambulance leaving. And then that's when you put it together. Okay, it's been a medical incident. And then that was what was announced, and then just waiting for the statements from there. And then on to Sunday when we got the update that they're expecting full recovery.
Now, we haven't heard from UNM that he's out of the hospital, right? But Chris Fowler said on the Notre Dame game last night on ABC that he's been released. So I don't know if Chris Fowler would have. Chris Fowler's a pro now. I don't know that he would have just said that, right? So maybe UNM told him or he heard something. But on ABC last night, during the Notre Dame game, they were talking about the next game for Notre Dame against New Mexico. Former coach Bob Davie, we're glad that he's doing well and he's been released from the hospital. Now, I don't know if that was a flippant remark. Chris doesn't make flippant remarks very often.
No.
So I'm going to assume that that's something that he knows, which I'm going to take as good news, right?
Yes.
Really good news. Now, will he coach in that game? I don't know. So we've got that. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, and the Golden. Whoa, you guys changed my. So I'm looking for that damn. That's why everything's all jacked up over here. You changed the mic position on me. So now like I got to move my thing. It's here now, and that's why that's in the way of my screen. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm looking like, where's that mic? Where's the camera? The mic position. Damn it. So my mic's always going to be in the way because that's just the way it is. Why'd you guys do that, Alden? Is that your genius move?
Poor guy.
Was that you?
Walked in.
He's like, I just walked in. There's no monitor today. I moved the cameras. The guy's all over me.
You did
All right,
good.
we're also on the on the television on the ProView networks if you want to watch it there. Channel 26 on ProView, and on their YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages, channels, and the OD and the AM on the Facebook as well. All right, the game itself, 39-31. Sharon Jones came in second half. Looked good after Brent Hughes looked good in the first half with an injury. Evidently, Brent Hughes practiced yesterday. Hughes in the first half was good, 218 yards on 12 of 29. Sharon came in 6 of 11 for 122 yards. Also ran the ball, the dual threat that is Sharon Jones. You were right on the starter. I was right on the finisher. The game wasn't very dissimilar than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think they were going to blow that team out. I know people are losing their minds that they only won by 8, just like San Diego State fans are losing their minds that they only won by 6, although 6-0 was something. But I don't know what you expected. Again, I don't know how good they are or how good they are not. They ran the ball fairly well. Sam Houston State's a pretty good FCS team. It's kind of what I expected them to look like.
It is, I think, with the amount of questions defensively, that's why we saw some of the yards given up. Because, Sam Houston State, it was hard to get a read on what they're going to be because they didn't necessarily look like a contender to me either, but they had some questionable moves at quarterback. Casey Keeler within a drive, multiple drives, going back and forth between those two quarterbacks. And I think it hurt them a little bit until they finally had that last push at the very end of the game. But for the Lobos, I liked what I saw to Brent Hughes. The play calling was a lot of downfield passes, taking advantage of man coverage one-on-one. They were pressing at the line of scrimmage, so it was really one read and simple throws for Brent Hughes in that he didn't have to really go through his progressions a whole lot. So I thought he did well in the first half before he got hurt, was not able to play in the second half. But Sharon Jones, once they came in and tried to run a couple handoffs, and they got stuffed on the first drive. And then once they came back out, second, third drive for Sharon Jones, they were calling the game like they were with Brent Hughes. And that's when Sharon Jones was at his best, is they let him throw the football downfield, and all of a sudden that opened it up when they ran the zone read, and they wanted to get him on the outside. So when they let him throw, they pushed the football downfield, that then showcased his athleticism.
Yeah, I thought he handled the situation well. They get down 23-22, and again, I know there's plenty of you, and I got my phone was lighting up. What the hell are they losing in Sam Houston State? Bottom line is your quarterback came in and won you a football game. And I thought he made some throws. There was a big play down the left side. He underthrew his receiver, but his receiver came back, made the play, and it was a big chunk of yards. Defensively, I'm with you on the concern, dude. I think the concern defensively with Notre Dame coming up, watching how they ran the football through Louisville in the first half, especially yesterday. They're big, they're physical, they're strong. I'm concerned moving forward on defense. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then Aaron Blackwell, to be determined his status coming off the knee injury. So hopefully we'll find out more about that today. A player that stood out to me, though, in the secondary was Johnny Hernandez.
Okay.
I thought he played well. He was around the football a lot, making plays. But, other than that, it's still a secondary that has a lot of questions, especially when they're going to be tested against Notre Dame, when they're moving forward against an offense like New Mexico State. We've seen how they can move the football. But it's what you wanted is you faced adversity on and off the field, got through it. We'll see how the team responds moving forward to the Bob Davie stuff. And really it does just come back to how is Bob Davie doing, and then you get to
look, this is going to be an ongoing story.
Yeah.
And I know, I was listening to Bob Clark this morning, and UNM hasn't released anything. Like, come on, man. I know you want to know how the coach is feeling, and I got that. This is a health issue, a family issue. They'll release when they can, when they want to, when he's comfortable. I wouldn't expect Bob Davie to coach this weekend if there was a game. There is not. And so what does that mean? You look at this, a young staff. There's no natural for who you think would be the interim head coach, is there?
No.
There's no Kevin Cosgrove
have
anymore.
one for practice on
Yeah,
Monday.
everybody ran their units. Joe Daly ran, the offensive coordinator ran his unit. The defensive coordinator ran his unit. There's no Kevin Cosgrove veteran presence on this coaching staff that is natural to take over in the interim. So they've got some stuff to figure out. Eddie Nunez will be the guy who makes the decisions and appoints things. But yeah, you've got some stuff to figure out and how this young team is going to respond. I think it's crazy when we looked at it, right? We kind of thought, what is why the schedule? Why a bye in week 2? And it made sense because Notre Dame was playing on Monday; they were going to come off a short week. But I don't even know what to do with this now, like with this whole Mike thing. Do you expect Bob Davie to? I mean, speculation is look. I'm not going to say it. Well, I will. I mean, it certainly sounds like some sort of a heart issue, doesn't it?
It did. The most we've gotten out is chest pains.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the recovery time is. I assume that if they release a statement the next day saying full recovery, the tidbit that was dropped, as you mentioned, in the Notre Dame Louisville game last night, that's a positive for something which could have been more serious.
Hey, it could have been a gallbladder. I have experience with that. That feels like, that chest pain
Look,
is
it could have been
just
a
as
ton
bad.
of stuff, right? I mean, it was hotter than bleep out there, so it could have been heat exhaustion. I don't know if he hydrated, right? I mean, it could have
then
been.
he was wearing the long sleeves, too, that day, and I was like, whoa.
Well, a lot of that was sun protection, although on that side, I know you weren't hit. The sun piece was brutal, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It
It was warm.
Yeah, 98, the hottest game ever out there for UNM football. All right, 246-0610, 8889-220-610. Come on in. We're going to get into the Aggies' 55-7 loss at Washington State over the weekend. Doug Martin is their head coach. He's due to be with us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll get into the latest on Ezekiel Elliott. They thought they had a deal done. They do not have a deal done. We'll get into a extension for another player, a quarterback. Get into United losing 2-0 over the weekend, and a big weekend for the Mountain West Conference. All of that and you. 246-0610 is the Quan's Auto Care hotline. Come on in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the Sports Animal.
is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green
and keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team.
It looked like a touchdown, by the way. Fumbled at the goal line. Hey, there you go. That looks. I mean, it looks better, doesn't it? Yeah. You want me to just make it like
shiny face,
kind of like level it a little? Yeah. Is that better? Yeah. Ooh, that is a shiny old head. Got a lot of sun this weekend.
Yeah,
though,
it looks
Hunting-
nice, though.
Yeah, a little
nice-
Huntington Beach.
Yeah, a little brown.
Audrey told me I had a summer glow.
Yes, you do. Actually,
Oh, yeah. Do I? Do I have a summer glow?
I couldn't find the words exactly what to say, but yes, summer glow fits.
Now you want me
nice.
to move it like a little, like we'll go that way? I'm my own cameraman. Oh, okay. 2460610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. The emails come in at jeff@610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. All right, what jumps off the page to you? Was it 4 victories for the Mountain West over Power Conference, Autonomous 5 schools? Is that, because I think that's sitting around here, that's a big story. And they almost
Very
got
good
5.
weekend, and the most frustrated team is Utah State.
Yep.
Because giving up a touchdown with a little over a minute to go in the fourth quarter, so they drop 38-35 at Wake Forest. The game Saturday morning was phenomenal. What Boise State did in the second half, just incredible in Tallahassee against Florida State to win that game. And then how about Wyoming holding serve at Laramie, getting those games, and then picking one off?
Well, I just think that game was so fun to watch. And their quarterback came of age. I think their team came of age. You're going to tell me it's not a great Missouri team, and you might be right. We'll watch how that plays out. I mean, I think there's 2, maybe 3. The Oregon game of all of them this weekend was the one that bummed me out. Auburn led the game for 9 seconds. It was the 9 that mattered. But that game bummed me out. But to look at what the Mountain West did this weekend, it's terrific. The Mountain West has won 7 of its last 10 games against Power 5 conference teams. That dates back to September of last year. Through games played yesterday, when was the first? Saturday? The Mountain West has the most non-conference Power 5 victories amongst all FBS conferences. That includes the Power 5 conferences because they didn't play each other, right? The Mountain West has beaten Power 5 conferences so far. Now, this is 1 week. More than any other conference, including the SEC. They got 4. They picked up wins over the ACC, beat Florida State, did Boise State. Beat the Big Ten, Nevada over Purdue on a last-second field goal. Beat Arizona, Hawaii, beat Arizona by a yard. And beat the SEC, the big win over Missouri. They got opportunities this weekend. San Diego State's at UCLA. Mountain West has won 9 of its first 12 games. It was the best start since 2015 for the league. And to your point, they just missed out on another ACC win. They had some terrific performances over the weekend. It's I say this every year. It's great to schedule them. You got to win some.
You got to win them, and
they won some.
And what was just as good and maybe even better is what Nevada did. Because Boise State coming back, you're like, wow, but it's still Boise State.
But it's still Boise State.
And that program and what they're returning and the quarterback stepping up. But for Nevada to score 27 second half points, hit a walk-off 56-yard field goal by a kid who then was awarded a scholarship after the game.
He should have been. I mean,
talk about pressure
right?
moving forward now.
He should have been. He should have been awarded a scholarship, don't you think? Jay Norvell said, find one. Take it from that kid. Like, where'd they find the scholarship?
Oh, snap.
Honestly, where'd they find one?
Yeah.
Like, you dropped a pass, you're giving the kicker the scholarship.
Where do you find a scholarship? You got one laying around?
Maybe they do. There's a
It's
lot.
like
That's
extra
a
beer,
lot of
man.
numbers
It's
to fill
around.
when you.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but good for them. And Wyoming. I mean, what's more impressive to you? Wyoming winning at home over Missouri the way they won, or Nevada over Purdue? I don't know who's better, Purdue or Missouri. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I would say Missouri with the transfer quarterback from.
Would you think so?
Supposed to be better, with Kelly Bryant
exactly.
at quarterback, but I think it's hard for me to pick one because Wyoming did it from start to finish. Like, they started that game well.
Yeah, that's right. Big right before halftime, getting that pick. One of the biggest plays. Did you see the play right before halftime?
No.
Missouri was going in to tie the game. They fumbled at the 1 yard line. Kid picks it up. There's 9 seconds. The play started with 9 seconds to go. They're going in. It was 24-17. And so Missouri's going in to tie it, fumbled. Defensive guy, it looked like a linebacker, picks it up. I was watching with no sound, and runs down the near sideline. He got caught at about the 30-yard line as time ran out by a horse collar tackle. And so they threw the flag, gave him the 15 yards, and Wyoming trotted out the field goal unit. So instead of that game being tied, Wyoming was up 10. gigantic moment.
And just
in that
looking at that second quarter, because it was 14-0 Missouri after one. And then it was a 27-3 second quarter. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, it was going the other way. Wyoming was punching it in to tie the game, and who knows at that point, right? What does momentum mean at that point?
Mm-hmm.
And it swung that was one of those plays where you just go, nah, that just happened.
So, and it's really definitely a credit to the teams. I thought Fresno State played well.
It was a
in their game. It was 31-23, losing at USC.
SC lost their quarterback.
SC lost their quarterback again for the season. Colorado State struggled.
Especially
they go through that weather delay, come out, and the Buffaloes just rolled over them.
Yeah, Colorado State struggled. San Diego
One
State's
that of course, was on the air while most of this was going on, and I was just looking. I'm like, what's going on in San Diego? Like, what is up with the Aztecs?
Yeah, I don't think they know. Now, Weber State's 8th-ranked team in FBS or FCS, but still, you should be able to do a little bit more on your opener there. And obviously, they're concerned. That's going to be interesting. San Diego State's at UCLA. I told you, I expect San Diego State to beat UCLA. You've got Nevada's at Oregon. Nevada's not beating Oregon, not coming off of that. But you do have two other opportunities. Minnesota, who struggled last week, had to have a turnover late to beat South Dakota State at home, will be in Fresno. I think it's a good opportunity for Fresno State. And Hawaii has Oregon State up there. And I was watching, and I don't read a lot, but I was traveling yesterday, and I got stuck on a message board on a network page. And, the argument, this league's better than that league, and the Mountain West is off to a better start than the American. And yeah, but they have those games at home. Well, the fact that they're getting those games at home, you're right. Like to that point, Hawaii, Nevada, and Wyoming all did get them at home. But the fact that they're willing to go get them at home, that's a pretty big deal.
The only problem is now that you're winning those games, you're not going to get those games anymore.
That was Dennis Patchen's point last week.
That's going to trickle down at some point, even with the lower teams, because they're going to start feeling it. Like, we can't be out here losing the.
It's like basketball. Why are we going to do that?
For Missouri, we can't be out here losing Hawaii to open the season if we're Arizona. And I think that's going to be
Hawaii will still get them because you get a 13th game.
Yeah, so
Hawaii will still.
They have that advantage. You are correct. I just hope it doesn't get to that point, because I know that's going to start trickling down. The ADs are going to start feeling the pressure. The coaches are going to be like, we're not doing these games on the road anymore.
Why am I going to Wyoming? Why am I going to New Mexico? Why are we going to San Diego State?
Me too. I think overall it just really helps college football when you see those teams like that travel to the other places where, usually they would host.
Yeah, you and I feel that way. You and I do. If you're a Nebraska fan, if you're a Missouri fan, if you're an Oregon State fan, do you really feel that way? Why am I going to New Mexico?
Why should it matter? Those programs have tradition.
Everything.
Yeah, I don't care if you're good at football like you claim. You should be good at home or you should be good away.
I think your point's right. So when Jerry's on Thursday, he didn't seem too concerned. It didn't seem too concerned last Thursday. Now let's ask him next Thursday how he feels after his team got beat at Nevada. How do you feel about a home and home with Nevada? Why the hell are we doing that? We should just buy games.
You're, to Hoser's point, that's what you want to see. It's sport.
I do.
We have to do that. And that's what we've seen with college basketball.
Yep.
And that's why everything is about exempt tournaments in these preseason tournaments for these teams before they get into conference play, because they realize, hey, we're in control. We have the money. We don't have to play these.
Now, are you willing to play 2 for 1? A lot of these teams are doing 2, and I don't know that these are. But that means you go there twice; they'll come to you once. Now, do you get paid the second time? I don't know how the contracts work.
Sure, I'd take that. I mean, I can get them
Just
here.
Get them in your place. And Nevada had a nice crowd. The crowd in Laramie looked beautiful, didn't it?
It did.
I mean, it looked like a festive party. It looked great.
Yeah, I'm glad.
It looked great. And give it to Boise State, man. That Hank Bachmeier, true freshman quarterback whose brothers are named Bear and Bull and Tiger. Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's right. Is that an Idaho family? Bear Brockmeyer.
Sounds
Bull
like it,
Bachmeier.
For everything that Boise State went through that weekend, where you're getting ready to play a football game, and yet everyone is getting ready to leave.
That's right.
Because there's this giant storm coming.
And they're getting trucked early. They were getting run out of the building early.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point where they were turning the ball over in the first quarter, and you're like, I'm not sure they belong on the field with these guys.
But you talk about that moment that was game-changing for Wyoming and Missouri. That was the whole fumble that no one could pick up for Florida State.
Yeah. But, those are plays, man. Plays that have got to be made. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Come on in and play with us today. It's we're going to talk with Doug Martin coming up at the top of the hour about New Mexico State. We'll get into the Aggies as well. Hey, you see their vehicles driving around town. I hope you know who they are. They got the initials IPS on them. International Protective Service, and that's the security company I trust to watch my home. When I'm there, when I'm not there, when I'm out of town. Look, police simply don't have enough officers to respond quickly to all the home break-ins and all the alarms that go off around town. And quite honestly, what good is an alarm if nobody's going to respond promptly? IPS responds typically within 5 to 7 minutes, often less, with trained armed security personnel at homes that they monitor when alarms go off. Hundreds of homeowners and business owners in Albuquerque and Santa Fe currently rely on IPS to protect their property. If you've got a vacation coming up, IPS will patrol your home while you're away. They'll move your trash cans to the curb and back on garbage day, pick up your mail, pick up your newspaper, give your home that lived-in look. Call them, 897-2420. 897-2420, or go to ipsglobal.com. Those vehicles you see in your neighborhood, I mean, someone on your street refuses to be a victim of property crime. Don't wait until something bad happens. Let IPS secure what's valuable to you. Call them at 897-2420.
Sports Animal Time is now 7:28, and here's another look at the roads. This report is sponsored by Great Clips. Well, right now we still have a minor crash on eastbound I-40 approaching the I-25 ramps. That was on the right shoulder. And then the lights were flashing red earlier, but now they're completely out at 528 and the intersection of Rockway. So make sure if you come to that intersection, just, everybody kind of take turns. First person to the right that gets there has the first opportunity to cross that. So be careful, be patient, and you'll get there without any scratches, hopefully. Look great and save time with a haircut from Great Clips. Download the Great Clips app or go to greatclips.com to check in online ahead of time when you visit one of our 25 Los Lunas, Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Santa Fe area locations. Great Clips, home of the online check-in. And if you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
The Dan Patrick Show.
You know when I fall in love with you? When you play a big game against a big opponent. When you have some impressive moments. And maybe he turns out to be a wonderful player. And given all this criticism, I hope he does.
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal.
New Mexico's lakes, rivers, and streams are brimming with spring runoff, and fishing conditions couldn't be better. Visit the department's website to get the latest fishing reports and buy a license so you can go fishing today.
Things aren't great, and she knows it. But you're not alone. You may be one of the millions of men suffering from low testosterone and/or erectile dysfunction. If you're fatigued, having trouble losing weight, are irritable, or even depressed, or more concerning, having difficulty obtaining or maintaining an erection, we should talk, because there's hope. At New Mel Medical Center, we decided it was time to give men real solutions to their most real problems, centered around face-to-face, confidential, comprehensive, compassionate, and personalized care. With our individually effective ED treatments, cutting-edge testosterone replacement therapies, and our never-ending drive to help men feel like themselves again, we know great mornings are just around the corner.
For great mornings, call New Male Medical at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or visit them at newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com.
Howdy, stranger. What's your pleasure?
I got a hankering to sample one of them there whiskeys.
You're in luck, partner. It's the second annual Whiskey Classic, and there's more whiskeys in this here town than a possum could shake a stick at.
The second annual Whiskey Classic, Saturday, October 12th at the San Cristobal Movie Ranch, with distilleries, breweries, musicians, and mixologists all on hand. Tickets include free shuttle to the event from downtown Santa Fe, all access to samples and tastings, and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Get your tickets at whiskeyclassic.us. Who banks with Kirtland Federal Credit Union? Afternoon commuters, families, students, and you. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. They're more than military. They're for life. Get started today at kirtlandfcu.org.
This morning you're up early
Because you're at the DMV. So many people, it takes so much time. Do you have the right form? Are you in the right line? Your number E42, right after C23. This is confusing. When your morning is hell, just go to Taco Bell.
When you've had a morning, let us make you breakfast. Like Taco Bell's Breakfast Crunch Wrap. Everything you love about breakfast, wrapped up and grilled to go. At participating locations during breakfast hours.
How are you spending your Labor Day weekend? How about not spending as much? Come into the Home Depot and save up to 40% on appliance special buys. Get a Samsung washer and dryer for just $4.98 each. Prevent your clothes from being frayed and your budget from being snagged. See why with Labor Day savings. Today is the day for doing. The Home Depot. More saving. More doing. U.S. only while supplies last. Gas dryer extra. See store for details. Valid through September 11th.
It's O'Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn bonus points on more than 250 offers. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store today or browse through our offers at O'ReillyAuto.com, where you can earn double points shopping online. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's consider the secret life of the innermost nesting doll. Living most of her life in the dark, inside the other nesting dolls, she has plenty of time to think, if she could. Sadly, she has no brain. However, when an innermost nesting doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also has been providing great service for over 75 years, she thinks it's obvious you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Pity the innermost nesting doll and her lot in life.
There are over 5,000 songs on the radio that talk about home. But without realtors, there's a chance there wouldn't be any songs about home, or coming home, or take me home, or sweet home, or who says you can't go home. Luckily, there are over 1.3 million realtors who dedicate their lives to finding you the perfect place to sing home about. So count on members of the National Association of Realtors, one of the most trusted organizations since 1908. That's who we are.
Albuquerque's #1 sports station, broadcasting live from the Gallus Chevrolet Truck Country Studio. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. The Jim Rome Show. Up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Craig Bull was smiling, the Wyoming coach. Yeah, they won a game. They beat Missouri. Big win. Good win for his program. $100,000 bonus for him to beat a Power 5 team. Incentives, baby. Incentives. Huh? It's opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoser. 246-0610, 888-9220-610. You can email Jeff at 610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. How'd it go for you, Golden Hoster? Your first game out there, hosting the game, being the in-stadium guy?
Yeah, it was good. My first time out, the mic was a little low, so but anyways, we fixed it, and of course, there was some nerves, of course, even though, we try to be professionals, but there's a few nerves going out there.
Did you catch his act?
I didn't hear any of it.
You didn't. You were just wrapped up in your own world, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's during those media breaks, so I'm sure.
That's when they take off their headset and they have those intense conversations.
Yes, exactly.
So the intense conversations like during timeouts, does he say, "Oh my, that was an unbelievable pass. Did you see that pass Sharon threw?" And you say, "Oh yeah, that was really good. He ran a nice route and stepped up and got hit." Oh my! I mean, how do those conversations go? I'm kidding.
There wasn't intense conversations. It's just you really cannot hear a lot in that booth, like even in the 2-minute.
At least you were cool, right? Were you at least cool in there?
No.
Oh, man.
It was hot wherever you were. It was just hot.
Wow.
It's summer. It happens.
It was comfortable in Huntington Beach. I mean, it was warm. It was in the 80s, but it was warm. Hot.
And it was. Ish. Dude, most of the people that had tickets to the east side of the stadium, they were behind underneath that big tree.
Yeah.
It looked kind of cool.
That's what it looked like.
Like everybody migrated there. Everybody was.
Yeah.
That's where I would have been.
All right. I didn't see any of the Aggie game. I watched. I watched.
It is one of those games. Pac-12 Network.
Yep.
Don't know how many people did get a chance to see it. But.
I think the people who didn't are okay that they didn't because, boy.
Man, I was hoping for better.
Well,
not a win, but just a better showing. Being the first, because, when you get teams like this, and I know it's tough, but being the first game of the season, usually you have a better opportunity. There's no negative. Everything's been positive up to that point. And so usually you get a team that, will put out a heck of an
I saw
effort. I didn't see the game. I don't know what the effort was like, but
it has nothing to do with effort. Washington State's that good of a program.
Did you see?
I didn't.
Did you see their quarterback's numbers at halftime?
Yeah. I don't care if it's his first start, which it's an easy talking point. And yes, we brought that up. That's a good program. Mike Leach is very good.
Wow.
And even with them having a quarterback, you can fall into the hype and expect a closer game.
At halftime, he was like 22 of 23 for 330 and 4 touchdowns.
Oh, my.
Like, as glass half full as you want to be, the same thing's going to happen for New Mexico. You know what I mean? Oh, effort, yeah, Rudy, blah.
Yeah.
Underdog status, and then you're just going to get out on that field and go, wow, that program is that much.
Well, here's the bummer for New Mexico State. And look, we've seen this coming for over a year now, right? And now you're in it. They've just got to get through these first 2 weeks. They've just got to survive it. And they've got to survive it physically. They've got to survive it emotionally. Because they got beat 58-7 at Washington State. They're going to Alabama, who's better than Washington State, right? I mean, I don't know what to tell you about this week. And Doug Martin's going to be with us here coming up at the top of the hour. Let's just get through it, cash the check, get home healthy. You know what I mean? And then let's start the season. San Diego State will be in, then you get New Mexico. Because
I can't sit here and be like frustrated or stunned and like expecting more. Like that's New Mexico State going on the road to Wazoo. We can talk ourselves to anything, but then you just watch it and you're like, yeah, Mike Leach has that program at a very, very good point.
Yeah, I thought I did think it would be more competitive. I told you I thought they would cover the spread, which was 33, and obviously they did not. But I'm interested to hearing what Doug had to say. I heard a lot of tackling issues, but I heard that all over the country. And I ask this every year after the first week, because there's less physicality in practice, because there's less tackling. I don't know how you would expect there not to be tackling issues in games, right? You don't tackle as much.
Yeah,
I mean, you practice throwing the football, you practice running routes, you practice blocking, right? All those things you expect to be crisp. When you don't do something, it's like your golf game, like playing guitar. It's like, pick something out. When you don't work on it, and tackling seems to be that. And they say, oh, no, we work on form, and live tackling at full speed.
And it's that balance. Like we talked with Casey Keeler last week. He has real issues to deal with in terms of numbers available for his team, so he can't put them through situations like that. And there's only so much you want to do versus your own team as well. Like you don't want to be that guy that comes out of camp and be like, hey, we were physical, but now we're down 4 starters. And so,
or we can tackle.
Yeah.
Those guys who are there can tackle. No, you're absolutely right. But we'll talk with Doug because they give up a lot of yards.
Wyoming didn't have a problem with it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Team showed up and played.
New Mexico State gave up 618 yards of total offense. Well, New Mexico basically gave that much up too. So we'll get into all that. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. We got stuff to give away. I know you told me. I forget what it was. But we'll give stuff away as we go through this thing. What do we got to give away today?
Gave it all away. Nothing today.
Nothing? I thought you told me we got
nothing.
I got nothing.
Just our knowledge.
Enjoy the 4 days.
Entertainment.
All right. No, yeah, we got 4 days of radio today, or this week. All right, we'll take your calls when we come back. Go to the phones for the first time this week. Looking forward to what you have to say coming off of the first college football weekend on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. radio station tomorrow. Lobo Talk, 7 o'clock. It's the opening drive. Jeff JJ, Golden Hoser. Aiden's in producing on the ProView. You can watch it there on your ProView Network outlets. Of course, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Comcast Channel 26. Or just go to our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. Let's go to the phones, 246-0610. Rudy, good Tuesday, sir. How you living?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Went up to Taos last night, saw Sting.
How was that?
You know, it was fabulous. He's Sting. You know, what can you say? Played for 2 hours. Just a great night in Taos.
Nice.
Great weekend. A lot of college football. But right now I'm thinking about, and my thoughts and prayers are with Coach Davey and his family. That was just... Before the game, I talked to Audra, and Audra and Joanne were going to meet me after the game, and because I'm tailgating right down in front of the stadium,
That's
and
Coach Davies.
it turned into
that's
a wild night.
for people who don't know, Coach Davies' daughter and wife.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what a wild night. So I've been in touch with the family, and he's going to make a full recovery, but still, it's scary. When you pass out, you collapse, and you have no pulse. That's not good. Fortunately, we have great physicians and great trainers, and they were able to administer to him immediately, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. So, you know, the game and all that kind of takes a back seat. I'm glad the Lobos won. They did some good things. They got to work on third down. 1 of 15 on third down isn't going to cut it, especially against Notre Dame. And when you see what Notre Dame did to Louisville, you're like, ouch, you know. I don't know if Coach Davies is going to make the game. So, as Joanne said, you know, he's very stubborn, but he's going to have to follow his doctor's advice and get better because that's the most important thing.
That's the key. I mean, bottom line, key.
So. Yeah. And you know, this is a conversation that we're going to have. I talked to the ticket manager at New Mexico State, and this state needs to start getting serious about football because if we don't, it's going to go away. And I don't want to see Division I football leave the state. We can do better. And the fans just have to make a commitment to these kids and just show up. The 13,700 people that were there had a great time. You know, I took my grandnieces and nephews to their very first Lobo game, all three of them.
Nice.
It was awesome. We had a blast. 30 seconds after the game, my nephew Cassiel looks at me and he goes, "When's the next game?"
Good.
You know, everything couldn't have gone better for the team. I think they got through the first game, and I'll say this much. Sam Houston is a hell of a program. You know, that was not easy. So anyway, guys, you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Rudy. Thanks. Rudy called the 246-0610. You know, it's tough. They're not selling tickets down there. This was... It's so hard because the formula has been tried so many different ways. Thursday, Saturday night, Saturday day. I mean, bottom line is, when I first saw 4 o'clock, now I know you Mensa's are going to come out and tell me, oh, you don't do this in August. August 31st, by the way, last day of August, at 4 o'clock. That was the hottest August day on record, right? It was a record.
The whole
for
month
that
has
day.
been brutal of August. I'm glad it's done.
Maybe 6 o'clock would have been better in retrospect. I don't know how many more of you would have gone out at 6 o'clock. It was still hot at 6. But okay, maybe you learned a lesson. New Mexico State starts their games at 6. It seems like it works pretty well down there. Well, I don't know how well it works. I mean, how many people go? But I mean, 6 o'clock as far as the temperature. But I've called a lot of games down there. It's hot at 6 o'clock too.
Yeah.
You know, I've come to the conclusion that the ideal way to do this is to start the season by playing your money game on the road on Labor Day, but that didn't work because Notre Dame had Louisville, and they were on national television
Monday night.
So that wasn't going to work. Thursday, I'm not a fan of. Some of you are. School on Friday. I don't know. I don't know where the answer is, man. 97. What was it? 98.
Yeah, it was hot.
It's hotter than bleep, right?
If you're the Lobos, like you said, you've tried multiple things. You just got to go and try to build that opening weekend. If it's going to be against an FCS opponent, that's the way that Bob Davie has built a schedule. That's what he wants to do, is have that game at home, and you just got to get through it. San
Diego State. It's not apples to apples because they have the Sky Show. was just trying to think who else opened up. What was Air Force's crowd against Colgate? That'd be somewhat apples to apples.
Yeah.
Because San Diego State, they had their big, the KGB Sky Show, the big promotion. So they usually get 50,000 people for that. But other than that, I just go, as Rudy says. Just go out and but it was hot for everybody. And obviously, I don't know if that contributed to Coach Davies' situation. It's not fair for me to speculate one way or the other. But you guys were all out there. Were you hydrating?
I was, man. I was drinking a lot of water.
Yeah. You were upstairs and it was hot.
As much as you can
Yeah.
when you don't have a lot of time to hit that bathroom.
I was in game mode. I didn't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the foibles of being a big dog. See how it is? See how it is? How does Dontrell Moore handle it?
You got it.
It goes numb from the waist down. He's like, I'm ready to go.
Gene says, Omaha.
Kill.
There are venues that are kryptonite for some teams, and for Albuquerque's AAA franchise, it is Chuck Chansky Stadium. For as long as I can remember. They've struggled in beautiful Fresno. The only good news coming from that disaster is the Royals finished a half length behind them for the worst PCL record. I still hope season is over. Now the ballpark is a pitch. When was the last time that United scored a goal?
They haven't scored a goal in the last two matches. And I scored 7-0.
2-0 OCSC, as they say down in the OC.
It was hot, so let's just go with that. Right.
What happened?
Summer.
I didn't catch.
They
I just caught highlights.
Lacked energy, lacked cohesiveness. It was a blah first half. Say it was even. There wasn't a lot of chances, and all of a sudden, second half, OC puts one in the back of the net. Then you go
3
through
minutes later.
a nice 30-minute lightning delay, which was
is that what it was?
a lot of fun. Come out, they respawn, put another one in the back of the net, and there's New Mexico once again chasing the game, not able to finish chances. The star of the game was the keeper for Orange County. He was fantastic. He had 3 big-time saves, and that's been the difference for the United last few games is other teams are finishing those chances, and they're not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it Cody? Is he not playing as well as he played early? Is it?
I think you can look at that.
Because I thought the first half of the season, Cody
he was
Mizell
phenomenal.
was as good as. I mean, I don't watch the USL like you do, certainly, but you watch the games in which United is playing. You see the other team. You're like, each night, the guys in black have the best goaltender, and they did go white, by the way, at home because it was so hot. Yeah,
I think that is one where there's some regression there, but also when you look at the first half of the season, the amount of shots that he was facing, he's top 5 of the league of shots that other opponents were putting on him.
Yeah.
So he had to step up and be big, and now there's maybe a little step back that he's not saving some of those chances on top of United not creating as much or not able to put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, all right, I want to talk more about that because I don't know if that's construction of the club. Is that you use the word regression a little bit? Why is that? But we're going to talk football when we come back. Doug Martin's going to be with us. New Mexico State was on the road over the weekend in Pullman. We'll catch up with the Aggie coach as they get set to go to Tuscaloosa to take on the number 2 ranked team in the country. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoster, along with all of them, on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. this weekend, and now get set for a little trip to Tuscaloosa. Good morning, boys and girls. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Get back to your phones in a little bit. 58-7 was the final in Pullman. 7-7 early, and then obviously it got away. Doug Martin is the head football coach at New Mexico State University. He joins us this morning. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Before we start, we just want to send our best to Coach Davies up there, and I hope he's recovering quickly. I know that's been a hard thing for the program and his family to go through, and we're just all wishing him the best.
No, and I'm sure they appreciate that, Doug. That's nice, and no real new information, just kind of what you've heard. So that's all we've got, and I appreciate you doing that. All right, something like this, you don't know where to start. As you look back at the tape now, did you find things that made you feel better, made you feel worse about it? How do you feel a couple days out of this thing?
Well, the good part of things that we saw, Jeff, is we've got players, that can play at a high level, make plays. Roy Lopez was unblockable. I mean, he did a great job of pressuring their quarterback and making plays, and as did Xander Yarborough. So, two defensive linemen really stepped up for us and played like we hoped they would. The bad news for us defensively is the rest of our defense was not very good and was very disappointing that we were still giving up big plays. And, you and I have talked about this, just beating ourselves. And, we had misalignments and missed assignments on defense that caused, huge plays, and that's what we had last year, and we got to eliminate that. Same thing offensively. We had guys that, showed what they'd showed in camp. Tony Nicholson, I think he had 7 catches and really played really well. O.J. Clark. Josh Adkins really played a really pretty good football game. Up front, I thought we played probably better than I anticipated we would as far as having 3 redshirt freshmen start their first games. The only complaint I have about our offense is the turnovers again, and that's beating yourselves. And, we fumbled one going in the end zone to score. And
well, you fumbled another one at the goal line that resulted in your touchdown.
Right, exactly. And so those are the things that, we've got to get rid of. Those are the things that killed us last year, just the things about beating ourselves. That's what I was disappointed about in the game, and that's why the score ended up the way it did too.
Defensively, was it more physical stuff, bad tackling, or was you alluded to misassignments? What was the majority of it as you look at it?
It was a mixture, because we did not tackle well in space. Now, you got to give Washington State credit, too. They've got tremendous receivers that, that's what they do. They make a lot of people miss in space, and we certainly did. But I know that we can play better than what we did there. And then we had way too many mental errors, and which led to some missed alignments and and then, you give up big plays. So it was a combination of both on defense.
Doug Martin is New Mexico State's football coach. He's with us on the opening drive this morning.
Doug, after the game, Mike Leach said that he feels Josh Adkins could start for all but 3 teams in the Pac-12. How do you feel about this experience for Josh and what he's going to take away moving forward?
Well, what Josh handled really well was their blitz package. We did a lot of 5-man protections where our back was releasing, and Josh did a great job of throwing hot versus those and was really successful doing it. He really had Washington State frustrated for a while. They just couldn't get to him. We just got to help him a little bit more. The 2 interceptions he had, one bounced off a wide receiver's hands. He hit him right in the hands with it, and then the other one he got hit right when he was throwing the ball. But other than that, Josh really played a good football game. I think he's made a lot of progress from last year. It's still a learning process for him, but he's a much better player, I think, now than what he was last year.
And when you go back, you look at this game, you start looking forward. Going in versus going out, how did the players respond, and what do you want them to take away from this weekend?
Well, I think they realize what I'm talking about now, about beating ourselves, that, if you're going to have a chance in games like that, or any game, really, you cannot help the other team. And so that point was made, in the game itself. I'm not sure that we got much better because we didn't eliminate those things, so we've got another opportunity this week going to play an even better football team and see if we can do that against an elite team.
Doug Martin's with us. New Mexico State loses 58-7 on the road in Pullman. They'll be at Tuscaloosa to play Alabama on Saturday. How good is their quarterback? I was looking. I was in a place where I could not watch the game, but I saw his halftime numbers and my jaw dropped.
Well, he's a really good player, and he's in a really good system with some really good coaches. I mean, they do a great job at Washington State offensively. Obviously, Jeff, we didn't play as good as what we should. So we probably made him look even better. But he's a good football player. He's been there a long time. You know, he doesn't have game experience, but he's a senior. He's been there for 3 years, so he's been around that system for a long time.
All right, let's look forward. You got to look those young men in the eye, and they got to look you back, and you got to see some game in them because you just alluded to you got a better football team. You're going to Alabama this week. I'm not going to ask you what you see. We all see what we see. But what do you tell your guys now?
Well, what I see is this, a dog-eat-dog world, and we're wearing milk-bone underwear right now. That's what you can see on that. Look, it's I mean, we're playing as close to an NFL football team as you could find. I mean, they really are. They're sensational on both sides of the ball athletically and the talent level they have. And it's going to be a great environment to play in, too. But, again, I tell you, you come to play in these type of games. This is what you want to coach in. This is what you want to play in, to go play the best of the best. And it'll be a tremendous test for us. I told our guys this is an opportunity for you guys to get better. You know, if you can go and you can take care of the football and you can not give up big plays like we did last week against Alabama, then, you know, you're going to win a lot of football games this year. So who we're playing this week is not as important as how we play and how we approach it and the energy that we play with and just getting better. You know, we just got to, you know, I said all along, 2017, the thing that was great about our football team is we got better week after week after week. And we opened the season at Arizona State and lost, but, you know, we got better the next week, and that's what we got to do again. If we can do that, then we'll have a chance to be a pretty good football team at the end of the year.
You know, I remember a lot of these games where maybe you didn't win them. Kentucky stands out to me, going down to Florida. Ole Miss game where you played with them for a half. You showed your guys that you thought had speed, had legitimate speed. Your guys, you could play up front. You proved it to yourself. Now, you couldn't sustain it, and they were deeper and better than you. But you've had performances in games like this over the years.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not so much winning or losing the game as much as it is how you play it. And if you play it the right way, you'll have a chance to win it. Arizona State and Arkansas in 2017, we had a chance to win both those games, played really well, scored points because we didn't turn the ball over. And, you know, I think we could have scored points Saturday had we not just, you know, self-inflicted wounds to turn the ball over.
You know, Doug, Jeff and I bounce this back and forth, but we don't know the end result. And you mentioned some of the missed tackling. You know, can you do enough in camp that gets you ready to tackle week one of a season?
You know, that's an interesting question. It is much more of a challenge for coaches now to get a team ready to do things like that because of the way the rules are set up now. You know, there's only so many days you can go in full pads. There's only so many days can be full tackle in practice. You know, you have so many other things going on now. It's harder. It's much harder because the practices are not near as hard as what they were in the past. Maybe back, you know, when I first started coaching, or certainly when I was playing, you know, there's a lot of full contact in practice and tackling and all those type of things. And you just can't. The rules don't allow you to do that anymore. So, and I understand it. There's a safety issue at play there. The concussion thing has become really huge and should, and that's a legitimate concern. But in some ways, those things are hurting the game of football a little bit too. And you watch all across the country, teams, you know, are not playing as well probably defensively as a whole in these early games as what you've probably seen in the past.
Yeah, I don't know how, you know, I said this earlier. I mean, if you want to get good at golf, you practice. If you want to get good on the guitar, you practice. If you cackle, and you can, I guess, practice form, but and I see the dilemma. I understand why there's less contact, but then you get in a full game, it's still full-speed tackle football, is it not?
Right. No, that's exactly right. And you know, tackling, it's not like you're hitting a stationary target.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a live game, that target is moving, and it's moving fast, and it's hard to simulate that in practice, just tackling dummies or half-speed tackling scout team guys, but staying up. You know, tackling is tackling. There's only one way to get better at it. That's to do it.
Doug Martin's with us just for a few more minutes. All right. I said earlier, part of these 2 weeks, this stretch, is going to be getting out of this for you guys healthy physically, but also emotionally. And I guess that's part of your gig, right? And we know what happened last week. I see the final score. And how do you keep these guys on an even keel and make them realize whatever happens in these first 2 weeks, you got a full season after this, and this isn't going to define your season one way or the other in these first 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, that's a concern, too, is you always want to have confidence when you're playing. I think it's just keeping our guys focused on what's going to make us better. You know, what what coming out of these games is going to predict that we're going to be a good football team by the end of the season. And again, I go back to it's how we're playing. You know, if we can play people and not, you know, turn the ball over, and if we can play people and just make them earn touchdowns but not give up huge plays, then we're making improvements. And, you know, obviously, I don't know that we're going to play two better teams than these first two that we're playing. You know, it's hard to imagine that we will. So if we can just come out of these things proving that we've gotten better as a football team, then, you know, when we play the rest of these games, we'll have a chance. But you're right, the big thing is staying healthy, too. When we got out of Washington State healthy, this one's going to be more of a challenge because Alabama's a much more physical team, especially on offense, than what Washington State is.
Do you do anything differently on this trip? I know it's a football game, but it's kind of a special place. I know you got a lot of people that are going on the trip, a lot of boosters, a lot of everybody wants to go to Alabama. Do you do anything different, or is it just as usual?
No, it's really just a game for us. It's, you know, you want to get your younger guys that haven't traveled before in the same routine of when you go on a trip anyway. So it's the same for us. You know, we don't go to the stadiums on Fridays just to, you know, look around, all that type of stuff. We wait till Saturday to get there, and we show them some video and things of that of the stadiums. But we don't make it a social trip. It's a business trip, and just go get ready to play the game.
All right. Safe travels. Appreciate you spending some time with us today. Have fun down there. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, Doug.
All right, guys. Take care.
Appreciate you. Doug Martin is the head football coach of New Mexico State. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and we're wearing milk-bone underwear.
Ooh. That is the perfect quote to sum up going to Alabama.
Change those out, boy.
That's biting a little close, isn't it? Getting a little close to what counts. All right, respond to that when we come back. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoster on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:12, and here's another look at the roads. This report is sponsored by Slapfish. Earlier, we had a minor crash on eastbound I-40. That has been clear. Only thing active right now are still the lights out at the intersection of 528 and Rockaway. Lights are completely out, so treat that like a four-way stop if you come up to that intersection. Slapfish now has 2 locations with the same great seafood selections and local craft beer. Each is a bit unique, too. Try the patio at Slapfish on Holly, or maybe reserve the back room at Slapfish Windrock for a meeting or party. Either way, Slapfish is a taste sensation. If you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
Call us up at 246-0610 or 888-922-0610. Brought to you by Quan's Auto Care, Collision and Mechanical Repair. We make it better. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Just for your pure enjoyment. Blake's Lotaburger is serving up a rich, smooth, and creamy mint Oreo milkshake. Come on by and get one today. It's meant to happen. The new mint Oreo milkshake, available for a limited time at your favorite Blake's Lotaburger location.
The stack is back. Time to win your stack of cash at Isleta Resort and Casino.
The Gin Cash giveaway is bigger than ever.
Players win moving up and down the cash tower.
The $540,000 Gin Cash giveaway through September 8th
at Isleta Resort and Casino.
Take a good look around your office. Chances are it could use a little rearranging. Maybe a new chair here or there, a few new desks, maybe a file cabinet or two. Or wait a minute, let's just trash the whole thing and start all over again. There you go. That's thinking big. And at Albuquerque Office Systems, you can make it happen. I mean, you can call Albuquerque Office Systems at 345-2824 and have Joey Apodaca or any associate come evaluate your office for new or remanufactured modular office cubicles, as well as all office furniture. Or you could just go to their website, aosabq.com, and start from scratch. That's aosabq.com. You know, it's been said that new office equipment can increase productivity by 20%. Imagine that. So for a more productive working environment for your employees, visit aosabq.com or call 345-2824. That's aosabq.com or 345-2824. Albuquerque Office Systems. Do your part. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Roto-Rooter jingle, take one. Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 2.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 17.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
And away go troubles
down the drain.
Let's try it like this.
Call Roto-Rooter. That's the name. And away goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Call Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs.
Things aren't great, and she knows it. But you're not alone. You may be one of the millions of men suffering from low testosterone and/or erectile dysfunction. If you're fatigued, having trouble losing weight, are irritable, or even depressed, or more concerning, having difficulty obtaining or maintaining an erection, we should talk, because there's hope. At New Mel Medical Center, we decided it was time to give men real solutions to their most real problems, centered around face-to-face, confidential, comprehensive, compassionate, and personalized care. With our individually effective ED treatments, cutting-edge testosterone replacement therapies, and our never-ending drive to help men feel like themselves again, we know great mornings are just around the corner.
For great mornings, call New Mail Medical at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or visit them at newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com.
Do you know what this sound is? You know that sound, but not everyone does. But you can help. Mercedes-Benz of Albuquerque invites you to their annual golf tournament benefiting the Presbyterian Ear Institute. This nonprofit helps children hear by providing implants and hearing aids. At the Mercedes-Benz Charity Golf Tournament, you can get a fun day of golf, food, and prizes. Winners go to Pinehurst to play in the Mercedes-Benz Championship, and the kids get to hear better. Register at mbabqgolftournament.com or call Mercedes-Benz of Albuquerque for details.
Ready to start a new career? Christa St. Vincent will be hosting a job fair on Friday, September 6th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for clinical and non-clinical positions. Visit stvin.org/job-fair or call 505-913-5730.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle.
And Mike Trujillo.
We are the Sports Bar. We're Albuquerque's #1 afternoon sports talk show.
Talk sports with us every afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Listen to the Sports Bar weekdays at 3 o'clock or right here on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, respond to that. I'm not sure what you expected to hear. I look, own it, right? I think Doug is really good with that stuff. He knows what he's getting into. He knows what he's got, and you got to own it. And it's where he is, and let's get out of these things healthy, man. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, and he's probably looking at San Diego State saying, well, I mean, they're, that's mortal, and they're coming to our place in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. They scored 6 points on Weber State. Now, their defense is really good. Let's just get through Alabama, man. I know there's a bunch of people going on that trip. It's kind of like the Notre Dame trip for Lobo fan, right? I mean, they're going to that spot, and go enjoy it, but good gracious.
Yeah, we're not going to visit the stadium the day before.
Well, so that's what they don't do. They don't do the walkthrough. That's his thing. How are you, like, and I'm sure somebody will tell you how bad that is, and that's why they don't win. Okay. Because if they'd have gotten in the stadium, they'd have beat Washington State. He says there were encouraging things, and they did hurt themselves at the goal line. They fumbled going in. They fumbled going in twice. Their one touchdown was a recovered fumble that the quarterback, Josh Adkins, picked up and ran in for a touchdown.
And those are the things that, man, you have to. For me as a fan, it's like, come on, guys. Those are the things. I mean, don't hurt yourself. When you're up against a team that's got more talent, do not play solid football. Just play solid football.
This is where you got to be concerned. He's concerned defensively, because of physical and they're playing Alabama, and like
you can play solid football and still lose by 50.
No, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Just don't help them out. I mean,
No, you're right.
God sakes.
Yeah, and that's where this is going to be.
Should have been 58-14.
Feel better.
Yeah, that would have been better.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, it would have been. It would have been.
This is tough, man. It
is.
You can't spin it. You can try to be as positive as you want, but this is such an uphill battle. You know why they're playing these games.
Yeah.
Fund the athletic department.
Yeah.
We can say it's a great experience. And for these players in the moment,
maybe
they get to say they line up against Alabama and Wazoo. They're going to be ready. Like, they're not running from this. No player is. It doesn't matter what school you're at. You're an FCS school playing an FBS opponent. You're New Mexico State going to Alabama. But then you get into that second quarter. Then you get into the third quarter, and you're just realizing this is the gap between the best program in college football and you.
Yeah. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, guys. It happens to everyone.
Yeah. The only thing, Doug might be sitting there going, how much did Kansas give us for a week one?
Seriously.
Can we try that?
Yeah. Can we try Oregon State one year?
Hey, there's a plan.
Yeah. Why are we going to Alabama and Washington State? Can we do Oregon State and Kansas? How about Vanderbilt?
Iowa State.
Rutgers will pay us, right? Yeah. That might be better. Bruce says, I can't wait to hear from Fearless Dougie. Let the excuses begin. I mean, what do you want, man? I don't know. Because if the Lobos would have gone up to Pullman, it would have been a lot better, right?
No.
I mean, come on.
There's programs that pull an upset that are an upswing, and then you have
How about Georgia State going to Tennessee?
Yeah, New Mexico State right now trying.
Yeah. Georgia State going to Tennessee. How about that one?
That's the whole can we get a Kentucky, can we get a Vanderbilt?
Well, seriously. And Tennessee on the downswing. Yeah. And look, it was a few years ago they almost beat Kentucky. Mm-hmm. They were tied with Kentucky in the third quarter. I mean, that was a year they went back and forth. Then their match them score for score, and they turned the ball over. I think they lost by 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, it was a multi-score game at the end.
Yeah. But they were right there going tat for tat with them. Lars says on the Lobo game, I wanted to go to the game. Bad, Hefe. But, here we go. When I walked out to the car at 2 o'clock, I don't know what the official Ronchetti temp was, but the car read 98. And I was in the foothills, where it runs at least a degree or two cooler, because you'd have felt that, at Branch Field. Way too hot for Lobo football. Thank you, Lars.
You know who survived at least a half of football? My 7th-month-old was out there watching the game.
Hey, see?
There you go.
That's too hot. Lars, you didn't want to go that bad. If you want to go, you'd have gone.
Hey, my little hoser survived.
The little hoser survived?
Yep.
See?
They were even out there playing on the hill, man. They were having their own game.
That's how they do it.
And that's what you got to do. Get the kids to enjoy it, because there's a whole lot of people out there right now that don't.
Lynn says, all the speculation I've heard, Jeff, centers around a heat-related issue. I truly hope this forces the powers to be to look at the safety of when these games are being played, whether it be 4 p.m. in August or 8:30 p.m. in November. And shame on the OD caller last week that said, I don't care how hot it is. If me and my 90-year-old parents are attending, then people need to start going to games. Why?
I did that.
What's that?
I said, well, we kind of just did that as well.
Well, I mean, what do you mean, why shame on them? There's ways to eat, and there was shade. If there was shade, obviously, on the west side of the stadium, you hydrate.
Pretty much what some people want is you can there's going to be no time to play a football game.
Build a dome, and is that where we're going now? Build a dome and climate control everything. And I mean,
if you started that game at 6, it was what, 90 instead of 90.
Yeah, but at least the sun, is not blaring on you, so it feels a little cooler. But
that's why everyone was on the west side.
Yes,
and I've never seen that many people under the tree.
And I feel for Eddie, man, because they can't catch a break over there. Mm-hmm. I mean, they can't. 4 o'clock. Labor Day weekend. I mean, you think it's going to be all right, right? It's going to be warm. It's going to be mid-80s. Is what you think. Not 98. Right? I mean, what's historical time? If it's too cold, should we not play the bowl game? If it's going to be 40-something degrees? I mean, it's what are we doing? And Lynn, I appreciate where you're going with this, and heat-related issues are real, and you have to hydrate, but you can't just stop everything. Like, then when's it? You can only play between 50 and 75 degrees, and what are we doing?
Mm-hmm. This goes back to the product, because the same thing happened on Sunday. There are people who want wow, it's hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah. Brant says, nervous Lobo fans, Jeff. Talking to Lobo fans over the weekend, even though they felt a little better about the New Mexico State contest after seeing the score, the question remains, will they win another game? Is that really a question? Is that what, I mean, they won the game, right?
They did.
But it wasn't by enough, right? They didn't win by 50.
It wasn't convincing.
Because you don't know who Sam Houston State is, and you don't know that they're a pretty good program. He says, I don't see them being the favorite the rest of the way except for maybe against those Aggies. You got to think even at Liberty and San Jose State, they're going to get a stiffer test than the Bearcats, who were dropping like flies in the second half. Do you think that's right? You think San Jose State and Liberty are that much better than Sam Houston State?
That much? San Jose State, we'll see, because they have done nothing themselves. Liberty
got shut out at home by Syracuse.
And by the way, Hugh Freeze, what are you doing? Y'all see Hugh Freeze
coaching from his bed.
Hospital
no
bed
for him, eh?
Coaching from his bed. It was his debut. It was his debut with there.
I overcome adversity.
Look, I don't know what you saw at Colorado State that makes you think they're that much better. And again, why do we think the Lobos are horrible again? I forget. I mean, they won. They were up 38.
You look overall, and we talk about the quarterback. There were a ton of questions, not just the quarterback. It could be, what style are they playing? Who's stepping up defensively? All of a sudden, they're down potentially Aaron Blackwell. We'll find more about that. The secondary, brand new, every position, who's going to step up and become a playmaker. So there was a lot going on for this team, too, in week one.
I'll take the bet. Whoever wants to give me, will the Lobos win another game? I'll take yes. Brant, I'll take that bet with anybody. Will they win another game? Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, you guys really believe that? I'll take that bet. I'm not telling you they're going to win every game. I don't think they're going to win their next one. But I'll take that bet. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. There's a quarterback in the NFL that's got a whole lot more money if he wants to make a bet. Who got paid? And what's up with your boy Zeke? We probably should hit that when we get back. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, the Golden Hoster, Alden, and y'all on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
clean.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981.
Going on live basketball. Live sports going on right now. Woo!
FIBA.
FIBA.
Ah, La FIBA.
La FIBA. USA Turkey. First round of the World Cup of Basketball, essentially, right?
Yes.
Overtime.
What? How dare they?
We're in overtime with a bunch of turkeys.
I know. We own basketball.
Not really. What's the score?
86-84 Turkey with 3:29 left in overtime.
It's going to be hell to pay.
Turkey in the lead.
Oh,
Watch out.
All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610.
Oh, no.
Dropping down.
Told you quarterback got paid. Jacoby Brissett got a 2-year, $30 million deal. Sounds about right, doesn't it? $15 million, and he's going to have an opportunity to earn a big one. He's their guy now. He was in the final year of his rookie deal was going to pay him $3.41, and now he's got a 2-year deal for $15. He's the dog there. Sounds right, doesn't it?
And they backed him up with another Patriots backup, Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer. Yeah. No, it sounds about right. Meanwhile, it sounded like on Saturday night, Ezekiel Elliott, they had a deal done, and then Rocky Arsenault, the agent, Ed Werder's reporting that came back on Sunday morning. Cowboys expected to announce a deal with Zeke. They had gotten to a place, and Rocky Arsenault went backwards. Basically said, well, we still want this, and that's what negotiation is, man. You don't win on all your points. And he went backwards on it. And they're going to have a problem with this. Now, more and more people are expecting him to be in today, tomorrow, the next day, so he can play this weekend. I still don't expect him to play this weekend. And I firmly believe, and this is what I've thought from the beginning, it's about guaranteed money. And they think that they should, A, be Todd Gurley paid, which they're not going to, and B, get a bunch of the majority of it guaranteed. And Jerry's saying, look, I'm not going to give you the guarantee. If you don't do anything wrong, you're going to get the money. If you get a football-related injury, you're going to get your money. If you're a knucklehead and push a security guard or beat a woman, then you're not going to get your money because that's allegedly your track record, right? Mm-hmm. Do you understand it? If you're giving out all that money, making that investment, I mean, do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with Jerry holding firm on that point?
I do not know.
Do you?
If that is indeed the case, not at all.
It's got to be where he is. What's the score?
USA just retook the lead, 91-89.
America.
Minute 40 left.
America.
We know how to
Off
play
a rebound, Turkey. Turn around.
America.
The glass, and it brought in by Tatum.
Oh, my.
But he stepped out of bounds.
America.
Said he was pushed.
So you have a problem? You have a problem on that whole Zeke thing?
I don't. I understand both sides of it. Yes, he's trying to get.
I don't understand Zeke's side.
As far as a player and what his position, I mean, he could get hurt, and then he'd be done.
Fine. So that should be there should be a stipulation for that, and I think the team is willing to probably do that. But there's also got to be a stipulation for the knucklehead clause. Yeah. Because you've got a penchant, you've got a history of being a knucklehead. Right?
Yes. I agree with you.
So what's the issue here?
The issue is they're still negotiating. They're both trying to take it down to the wire, I guess, whatever that wire is going to be.
And Rocky Arsenault, this is an agent fighting for his guy, and I got it, and I appreciate it, and I think that's wonderful. But at some point, you're going to realize what a negotiation is. You don't get everything. Both teams have to sacrifice a little bit. And if what you sacrifice is you're not going to be paid like Todd Gurley, you're not going to reset the market, but you'll be paid above Le'Veon Bell in average annual salary, but you're not going to get all that money up front. I got to believe because of at some point there's accountability. Oh, he takes him to the rack. How far ahead are you? Where are you now?
One-hand jammer?
91-91 and one.
And one. Number 6 is going to the free throw line?
Yep.
USA looks concerned.
Didn't like the possession beforehand where Kemba just pulls up
just
three.
Pump a three?
Who's the coach? Is Pop?
Pop.
The coach? That'll be all right.
Oh, Miles Turner.
That's a foul.
Beat off the dribble. Right in his hip. Fouls him.
Turkish guy wearing number 6.
You're going to commit that foul. Commit that foul. Don't pull off and let him get the shot up.
That's right. Yep. Look at you.
Because he did the whole, I fouled him. I threw my hands up. He made the basket.
Dang it. Yep, that's exactly right. All right, we'll update you on this as we go because it's getting down to the nitty. Well, it is. It's now not. It's beyond getting down to. It is now nitty and gritty at the first round of the World Cup of basketball. Hey, fellas, if you could feel better, would you do it? Of course you would. The real question is, why would you not? You can. You will. You should. Just call NewMale. NewMale's helping guys all over the country. Guys lacking energy, dealing with hair loss, low T, and erectile dysfunction. All things that are natural as men reach a certain age. Fellas, it's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you do not do anything about it. Do something. Call NewMale, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Feel better. NuMale offers cutting-edge programs. The latest treatments which are benefiting guys everywhere. Guys maybe like you who are done feeling fatigued, done dealing with a lack of energy all the time, done dealing with erectile dysfunction. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. NuMale's right here in Albuquerque. They've got a tremendous success rate. If you are suffering from ED, depression, tired of being tired, just want to feel better, NuMale's for you. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 and feel better.
Sports Animal Time is now 8:40. Here's another, or your final, actually, look at this morning's commute. Well, I'm going to leave you with some unfortunate news. We have traffic lights flashing red in all directions, eastbound and westbound, Lomas at Louisiana. But the great news is APD is on the scene directing traffic, so delays should be minimal. If you come to that intersection, just watch the officer. He'll tell you when to go. If you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Staybill, America's #1 ethanol treatment for year-round use. Ready, willing, Staybill. The most moving moment of this year's Major League All-Star Game came when everyone at Cleveland's Progressive Field held up personalized stand-up-to-cancer signs. At that point, Indians right-hander Carlos Carrasco, who had been battling leukemia, joined his teammates in the American League dugout as the crowd chanted his nickname, Cookie. On Sunday in Tampa, Carrasco provided an even more stirring moment. He returned to the mound for the first time since May 30th. For the record, Carrasco allowed the Rays 1 run on 2 hits, but who really cares? What matters most is that the 32-year-old is healthy again. It was heartwarming to see all the players in both dugouts as well as the fans of both teams cheer in solidarity as Carrasco came on in relief. So welcome back, Cookie, and Godspeed. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Welcome back to No Brainer. Gary.
I'll take cars and trucks.
What's the best way to protect your engine from gum, varnish, and corrosion?
Staybill 360.
Gasoline with ethanol can go bad in as little as blank.
30 days?
Using Staybill 360 ethanol treatment year-round is what?
Is it a no-brainer?
It is! You win peace of mind, Gary!
Awesome! Can I have money?
Staybill 360. It's a no-brainer. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Napa know-how.
Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10. The Sports Animal.
Glasheen, Baez, and Inderman Injury Lawyers. When you have one chance to get it right, call the attorneys that deliver proven results. Visit us at gvilaw.com or call right now 505-243-7200.
Join the best loyalty club in golf, Sandia Golf Club's Champions Club, where you earn free golf and unlock the best rate possible at one of our state's most beautiful courses. The unprecedented Sandia Golf Club. Stop by, visit sandiagolf.com or call 798-3990 today.
This program brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Last year, over 3 million drivers switched to Progressive. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit progressive.com today and find out if you could save.
You've been hurt at work and you're having a tough time recovering. Did you know medical marijuana might be an option? In New Mexico, workers' compensation has its own court, and you need a lawyer that specializes in workers' comp. That's Fogel Law Firm. They'll work with your insurance company to get you what you're entitled to under the law. Personal injury lawyers don't have expertise for workers' comp claims. Call the experts for a free consultation at the Fogel Law Firm, 255-9092 or FOGEL.lawfirm.com.
Heading to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
We got great deals
cancel now, but you gotta remember,
These offers are valid till the 3rd of September.
so better get here before the end of the song.
The last of the 2019s won't last long.
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2019 Tundra with $1,667 per thousand borrowed. Or get $3,000 cash back on a new Tundra. Toyota, let's go places. Participating dealers only.
Excludes TRD Pro. APR and approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Does not include college grad or military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Varies by region. See dealer for details.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit toyota.com. Toyota.
Staples is more than a place you go to make copies.
It's where a conversation with an associate sparked the idea for my business card to double as a coupon. And it's where I go to reach potential customers with custom postcards.
Staples can help make your big ideas bigger ideas. And right now, when you make a select print and marketing services purchase, you receive 20% off your next order. Staples, for your business printing and beyond. In-store only, ends 11/9/19. Exclusions apply. See staples.com/print20 for details.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
There are over 5,000 songs on the radio that talk about home. But without realtors, there's a chance there wouldn't be any songs about home, or coming home, or take me home, or sweet home, or who says you can't go home. Luckily, there are over 1.3 million realtors who dedicate their lives to finding you the perfect place to sing home about. So count on members of the National Association of Realtors, one of the most trusted organizations since 1908. That's who we are.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Hey, we don't want to offend Eli here, and it's not fair to Eli and everything he's given. You're in this situation because you felt this way. Sports isn't a Hallmark greeting card. You got to be honest here.
Weekdays at 1, The Sports Animal. Albuquerque's #1 sports station for 24 years. 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Man, we got a situation going on. Where are they playing these games? The World Cup of Basketball. If Turkey could, in China, Turkey shoots free throws like they're shooting frozen turkeys.
Oh.
They do.
That was bad.
That's three boulders in a row they've just thrown up.
Wow.
Americans had down 92-91, had the ball in the front court.
Under pressure.
They turned the ball over, and whilst committing the foul, got called for an unsportsmanlike foul because the player had just released the ball.
Oh.
And Turkey's missed 4 free throws in a row. The Americans have the ball. Who is that? Last second shot, they missed the layup. Is there a foul? 2.1 seconds to go. Someone's going to the free throw line.
Oof.
Down by 1.
4 straight bricks.
4 straight
That was
bricks.
all pressure. Cedi Osman is an NBA player for the Cavaliers. That's free throw line. He is fine. He is sneaky mediocre. And he just bricks too.
Who's going to the line? Who's 14? United States down by 1, 2.1 seconds to go. Overtime.
Free throws, baby. FIBA World Cup.
It is Jason Tatum. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, no, Jason Tatum's hurt. Look at that. Oh, the boss, Danny Ainge, is cringing right now. Jason Tatum's being carried off the floor.
Half the Boston Celtics versus the world.
Well, no wonder they're losing.
Kemba.
Who's at the line, dude? Who's that?
I don't know. Mine's buffering now.
14, dude. It's this dude right here.
Buffering.
It's that dude right there. Who's that? He made a free throw, though. We're tied.
Tied at 9.
Do you need me to hold it up here so you can see it?
Breaking it down.
So we got this intense Team USA basketball.
You can't lose.
I can't believe they're not going to lose to the Turks.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks. His second free throw was on the way and
got
good.
It. Bucket.
So with 2.1 seconds to go, the Turks will inbound the ball and hope for a prayer, but they will firstly call a timeout.
That's what we do. We hit free throws in America.
Yeah. They throw frozen turkeys at the rim, and we make free throws. We
hit free throws.
That's right.
They're free.
Hey, did you see this? This came in 8:22 this morning. Cowboys have announced a contract. you see this morning? Ha ha ha! Highly anticipated. Cowboys have signed a 5-year extension with right tackle La'el Collins. What?
No,
It's a big
I figured
deal.
that's where you were going.
Well, that's what I mean. That came
Well,
in
no,
this
that's
morning.
what,
Cowboys got it done with La'el Collins.
Trying to keep that big offensive line together, man.
5 years, keep him under contract for the next 6.
You need those guys.
That's right. That's right. Is Zeke out of Cabo now? Is he back in America? He's got to be, right?
I haven't heard the
There's
latest,
a game
yeah.
that matters
Where is
this
he?
week.
Where is he? I don't know. Who
He's
knows?
got to be back in America.
He's back. He's fresh. He's going to be ready to go.
Him, Marshall, because Marshall Falk's been training him.
That is true.
I mean, if you've been training with Marshall Falk
In the sand.
you've got to be
deep
great.
sand, boy.
You think
that-
it's been in the deep sand?
I'm sure, yeah.
Beautiful Cabo. You ever been to Cabo?
I have not.
Beautiful spot. Who's that guy? The Turkish Doug Fernandez or what?
It looked like him.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked like
Who knew? There'd be this much excitement this morning. And you're on the edge. You're like, Turkey.
All right, here's what we
You're
got.
going to get beat by Turkey?
2.1 seconds to go in overtime. They've advanced the basketball. They've got it in the front court. Inbounding down by 1. Bounce pass. Dude takes one dribble, falls away, launches, and misses. And USA has won. And celebrate. Woo!
Got
Cut
to do
down
that
the
one.
net.
Sigh
Overcoming
of relief.
adversity. Overcoming adversity. There you go.
93.
USA.
That's right. Hey, speaking of great hair, man, I saw a guy at the
Trump?
Lobo game. No. This guy had jet black hair. He had it nice and combed. I saw it from the back. I was like, I told one of the guys, is that Lou Diamond Phillips? Who was that walking? I mean, he's just strutting his stuff, walking down the sideline, and then he then came back and then went upstairs. I'm like, he didn't have any badges on him. So I was like, who is that guy? But whatever it is, that hair, man, that was hypnotizing.
Hypnotizing
I mean,
hair.
that sucker
Really?
was like.
All right. Were we speaking of hair?
Huh?
When were we speaking of hair?
Doug Fernandez, you said?
Oh,
so that reminded me of
okay.
hair. I was like, so that's where I
Like,
went.
you said, speaking of hair, and I'm like, when were we? I rarely speak of hair.
Well, that's what I took. See, subliminal messaging hair went into my head, and I'm like, hey, I got a story.
Oh, you got hair in your head.
There you go.
That's good.
This one time I saw a guy who had good hair.
Yeah, good hair. All right.
It was tight, dude. It was like Aquanet. Is it Aquanet? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like, oh, man, the sucker was
No, that's good.
HD, baby.
Zeke has good hair, too.
You got big hair.
Jerry Jones was on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas this morning. His team is, we're preparing with the people that we have here now. And
Dad can carry the team.
If that would include Elliott, then that'd be great.
Then so be it.
We'll see how today goes.
We'll be just that much better.
Yeah, we'll see how today goes. We'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll see how the ensuing hours pan out. The crypticity, the cryptiveness.
Hey, there you go.
Of this whole thing has been interesting. I told you this last week. I applaud Jerry for his handling of this. I think he's been good in this. I'm not a big Jerry Jones fan, but I think that he's been, and I hope he stands his ground on this. And I hope he doesn't give in. And I guess Zeke can sit back and say, go ahead and go win a couple games without me. And they will or they won't, whatever. But if it's important to him, and I'm telling you, I firmly believe the fact that Jerry has gone to bat for this young man against the NFL in situations, and this young man is holding out against him, and with all the crap that's gone on, I think this one's a little more personal to Jerry than the other ones. I just do. I just think he feels like he's had this guy's back, and this guy is not dealing in good faith and not understanding what he's done. And I think that's why Jerry's just holding a little firmer on that. I do. And I don't blame him for it, because he has gone to bat against the NFL and put himself on the line to have Ezekiel Elliott's back, and then Ezekiel Elliott keeps finding himself in the news, and then he didn't come to camp. I'd be pissed too. If I'm Jerry, I feel a little betrayed too.
Frustration.
No loyalty in business. Well, there kind of is. One more hour. Come on in. What's your thoughts on the first week of college football? Got a bunch of emails. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales.
They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing.
Victory on Saturday. Jalen Hurts looked legit, didn't he?
He looked all right.
It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, the Golden Hoster, Alden, Hot Take Dougie was in here. Hot Take Dougie wants to know, how come nobody's accusing Justin Verlander of being on steroids? He said a couple years ago he was falling off, and now he threw another no-hitter, and he's coming back, and you don't get better when you get older, so how come nobody's accusing him of being on steroids?
Well, he just did, so it's out there.
Now it's done. All right, 246-0610, come on in. Jim, good day, sir. You're on the Quans Auto Care Hotline.
Hey, you tell Dougie that this guy right here, I get better as I get older.
Because you're on
All
steroids.
natural.
Because you're
No,
juicing. Because you called.
It's
did you
clean.
call?
You know my diet, Jeff. We've had lunch.
Yeah.
You know how I do it.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing but greens.
All right.
Yeah, nothing but greens. That's right. Yeah, something like that.
Dangerous.
That's right.
So, Mountain West, huh? How about that Mountain West?
4-3 versus the autonomous 5, and had a good chance to get one at Wake Forest as well. Yeah, nice start. Good start.
So here's what I'm most impressed by was that the 3 power conference wins that came this weekend, all 3 teams were down by double digits, right? So that tells you the coach and the kids are bought in. And my one disappointment was that Love had a chance to have some early Heisman moments, right, that would have fueled the campaign against the Deeks. And, I mean, he had some bad throws.
Yeah, he threw,
right?
3
So that's the
touchdowns and
only-
3 interceptions?
Yeah, and if you watch the game, he had a pick in the end zone, right, then another bad decision, and then obviously the game-ending pick as well. But I think going into this week, I mean, you're going to see Fresno State be favored,
Over Minnesota.
I think, at home against Row Your Boat, right? I mean, they look bad, and so I think they'll be favored there. And then you got San Diego State. Maybe they were playing possum, but, I mean, the shine's off Skip Kelly.
Yeah, he got beat at Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they had a couple
What do you
extra
think about
days.
Tennessee?
That was great. That was another hot take Dougie thing. I didn't know he went to Georgia State. Who knew? His alma mater beat Tennessee. I don't know what to make of Tennessee.
Well, ask Dougie if Steve Spurrier was the guest coach. Maybe he was in a hospital bed up in the booth.
Yeah, it would have helped.
Coaching.
So the SEC lost. They had Ole Miss lost to Memphis, right? They had Missouri lose to Wyoming. Tennessee lost to Georgia State, the mighty SEC. Although, Auburn did beat them.
Well, and then the in-between games, though, right? Like Mississippi State against the Raging Cajuns, like they didn't look dominant. They got pushed. Kentucky, I mean, they extended at the end. But, I mean, I think what you're seeing is a flattening out beneath the top teams in all these conferences.
I think that's right, which is, I think, healthy for college football. And I hope what JJ says isn't true, that all of a sudden, they're just going to stop playing them. Because, this is like, the first couple of weeks of college football season are kind of like the 2 days of the NCAA tournament. You get a couple of these, right? You like seeing the Georgia States beat the Tennessees. It's like the NCAA tournament. And I don't want to see that go away.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say that I think is going to work against that is, this, and I do too in our business, is that the budgets at these mid-power 5 schools are not limitless, right? And so they can't dole out the 2 big paychecks a year. So some of these teams will still have to go on the road. Maybe it's what Josue was saying. You go 1 on the road, 2 at home.
The 2-1.
But folks will certainly think harder about it. But what works against that is even your Power 5 mid-level teams have finite budgets to schedule.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Look, I didn't even see the Arkansas score. They beat Portland State at home 20-13.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. I mean, you look, like you made the point earlier. I mean, when you take the bottom half of FBS, right, like teams 60 through 120, against the top 25 FCS team, like look at Cal was down early to UC Davis. You had Weber State. I mean, that's and it's good to hear
South Dakota State.
Lobo winning.
Yeah, South Dakota State almost won
at
Minnesota.
Ole Miss lost to Memphis.
So there's really no safe play, right, for these teams. Like if they're gonna get beat, they're gonna get beat these Power 5 teams.
But yet people
right?
losing their mind
and
the Lobos didn't beat Sam Houston State by enough.
Yeah, that's a solid win, man. Like I said, they're a top 25 FCS team. You see their starting offensive line had kids from A&M, Ohio State transfers. Like, that's a win. Hey, any word on Blackwell? What's the deal there?
Nothing. I got crickets out of there today. I was told, Frank responded when I teased the coach's show. He did tell me that there's no Lobo talk during the off week, and I asked about Chris Fowler because did you hear Chris Fowler on ABC last night during the Notre Dame game? He said he had heard Bob. He said
he was discharged.
Yeah, and so I asked for confirmation, and I got a I'm driving, do not disturb me text an hour ago. So I haven't heard back on that or Blackwell. So I got
come
nothing.
on, feed the hometown, baby. Feed the hometown first.
I got nothing.
But
he's good. He's
hey,
good
one more
on
thing.
those
Here's my dream college football playoff, since we kind of know who the 5 or 6 teams are going to be, right? Even though it's just September. Is like a quarterback or Bachelor in Paradise type deal, where it's Jalen Hurd against Alabama.
That'd be good.
Or it's Eason or Fields against Georgia and the other
I
7.
would love that. Love that. Yeah, love that. Clemson will be there though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How bad were the Clemson ex-quarterbacks? The Alabama and ex-Georgia quarterbacks looked great, but the Clemson quarterbacks, Kelly Bryant and my Hunter Johnson, who's the worst 5-star player to ever be at Northwestern. Granted, he's the only one.
Yeah,
but
he's also the best.
right.
He's also the best. All right, man. It's always good. Call me.
All right, take care, boys.
Let's do this. Jim knows, right? If
Call me.
Yeah, call me. No, call us. I like hearing from him. He knows college football. SEC teams that lost. Missouri lost on the road at Wyoming. Tennessee lost at home to Georgia State. South Carolina lost 24-28 North Carolina. Ole Miss lost to Memphis. And was that it? No, Florida won. Yeah. And then you had your close calls. Auburn led for 9 seconds over Oregon. Toledo played with Kentucky. Louisiana played with Mississippi State. And Portland State played with Arkansas. Top of the SEC is really, 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 really good. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, probably Auburn, right? We'll see how A&M is next week. A&M's going to take a shot at LSU next week, right? So the top of it's really good. But to a lot of people's point, and
they're living off reputation of those teams.
Well, but so what conference isn't living off the top, right? Look at the ACC after Clemson.
Well, Clemson doesn't even get respect. I mean, ACC does not get respect. Clemson gets respect, and they're like,
all right, go to the Big 12. It's Oklahoma and Texas, and then what?
Well, no other conference is treated like the SEC.
No, that's absolutely true. Yeah. But my point is, if you get deeper into any league, go to the Big 10. Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
But the SEC gets credit overall that those other conferences don't. Just
no, you're right. My point being is they're not dissimilar to the other. If you want to dig below the headline, right? Yeah, they're super top heavy.
That's why all of a sudden now it's like, ooh. When we talked to Jerry last Thursday, he's like, playing Oregon might not even be one of their hardest games.
Well, because they still have LSU, Texas A&M, Alabama, and they cross over with Georgia. Like his point's not wrong.
That, whatever, like
we'll
not.
We'll find out next week.
Juggernaut.
We'll see what A&M is next week. We're gonna have a pretty good idea.
But now all of a sudden for Oregon, it's like, oh, they lost that, and now you have to go to the Pac-12, and there's nothing there.
And which is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
There's as much there as there is in any of those other leagues. I mean, there just is. Now UCLA losing it at a conference to Cincinnati didn't help. But what the Pac-12 do? They lost out of conference to Hawaii. They lost out of conference to Cincinnati, right? They beat Fresno State. They beat BYU. Arizona State beat Kent State. Colorado beat Colorado State. Oregon State got beat pretty badly by Oklahoma State. And then they didn't do anything. I mean, Stanford's win over Northwestern, right? Does that do anything for you?
It's a fine victory.
That's fine. They look like every other league. They look like every other league. They beat up on Eastern Washington and beat UC Davis. They look like every other league to me. Not any better, not any worse. They'll have some opportunity this week. Colorado plays Nebraska. It's a big game.
I'm excited to see that one again.
Washington plays Cal. Stanford plays SC, so they're in conference there. Oregon State. I mean, who do you take? Hawaii's a 5.5 point favorite at home over Oregon State.
That's good.
Warriors. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how you
hop on the bandwagon, baby.
Yeah.
Right now, it's hot, baby. It's hot.
Yeah. Which quarterbacks are going to play? Hawaii.
You jump in the canoe. No bandwagons out there.
Kayak your way over there. Yeah, there's plenty of room on the kayak. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails are in at Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. We'll get more into college football. I'll read your emails. And there's another fan base of whom you should have interest who isn't happy because their team didn't win by enough. I'll tell you who that is when we come back.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle. And
3.5 minutes. Don't go far.
Tomorrow, weekdays at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Here on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper Tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. And one of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks. They really are. Second in Loma, so Eubank and Manal.
The stack is back. Time to win your stack of cash at Isleta Resort and Casino.
Now through September 8th, Isleta's Gingantic Cash Giveaway is bigger than ever.
Earn entries all week long.
Every Saturday and Sunday, every hour from 1 to 9 p.m., a lucky player heads to the huge Tower of Cash.
They'll move up and down the tower, building their own huge stack of cash.
The $540,000 Gingantic Cash Giveaway, now through September 8th.
At Isleta Resort and Casino, where the fun begins.
What is all the racket in here?
Hey, it's time for fall cleaning.
Fall cleaning? Is that a thing?
Yes, it coincides with the start of football season.
Ah, yeah, you're talking about the Labor Day event at American Home Furniture Out and Clearance Center, aren't you?
Well, I can't watch my favorite team on this ratty old couch, and during the Labor Day event, there are special purchases and new markdowns store-wide.
Amazing deals on furniture, mattresses, and more.
If only I could find a rug in the right shade of cowboy blue.
You mean Denver orange? Hey, maybe at the back dock.
Right. The back dock at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center is open every Wednesday through Sunday. Amazing deals.
You know, the thing about American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center is that they have the best prices and the best values in town every day, guaranteed.
What I like is that you can see it, sit on it, buy it, and even get it delivered today. No waiting to see what shows up on your doorstep from one of those out-of-state web places.
Right. Let's go.
To American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche.
Do you love football? Then get with the program and get down to Hooters to catch the game, crazy good wings, ice cold beer, and the best fans on the planet. You love wings. You love ice cold beer. And who doesn't love the world famous Hooters girls? All the games, all season. Hooters.
Catch all the games at Hooters and enjoy great specials like a draft beer and 10 boneless wings for only $10. Served up by the world famous Hooters girls.
Richardson & Richardson Construction knows New Mexico, and they understand what it takes to build or renovate commercial and industrial structures. They're also Butler builders, using the industry-leading products and efficiencies of Butler Manufacturing. Look around the state and you'll see Butler steel buildings we've built at wind farms, manufacturing facilities, municipal facilities, and warehouses. When you're ready to build, call Richardson & Richardson Construction at 881-2268 or visit them online at www.headachefreeconstruction.com.
The Dan Patrick Show.
You know when I fall in love with you? When you play a big game against a big opponent. When you have some impressive moments. And maybe he turns out to be a wonderful player. And given all this criticism, I hope he does.
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal. The Dan Patrick Show. Today at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, I got your emails. Lobos didn't win by enough. We'll read more of them, I'm sure. They won't win another game. I saw the sports speak up. What? And look, San Diego State fans the same way. They only won 6-0. 6-0 is different than 30. What was it, 38-31? I mean, 6-0. I'm concerned about your offense. Your defense pitched a shutout, though. But the Lobo fan, you guys are worried. Oh, my goodness, what are we going to do? All right. You know who else is not happy?
Tell us, Jeff.
Notre Dame fan. Whoa. They didn't win by enough. They didn't beat Louisville by enough yesterday. They beat them 35-17. Sloppy football. But we're happy to move on. I'm reading a story by Bob. Was it Bob Bender? Or Bill Bender, sorry, Bill Bender. The Irish won, but the uneven performance prompts questions about how this team will handle much more hostile environments at Georgia, Michigan, and Stanford this season. Games that will determine whether Notre Dame will get back. Like they just didn't win by. It's the opener. You're on the road in a full stadium. That's fan bases, right? And sometimes I just sit around. And that's what we do, right? Mm-hmm. Every week.
Well, and it's also
Ruben on the line.
Like, you have to find something that was wrong. Like, you can put together, like, Notre Dame needs to get better here, but that is not something I'm looking at as, like, red flag warning. Like, all right, got the Lobos in 2 weeks, then you're at Georgia. Like, they got plenty of time to work on.
Dan line 2.
Yep. All right, phones, 246-0610, 888-922. 0610. Ruben, good morning. Where you been?
Oh, I've been busy. Hey, gentlemen, thanks for the call. Just real quickly, I know it's a small sample size, but I was really impressed with the Mountain West teams. I mean, I've been a fan forever since they were in the WAC, and they finally got some signature wins. I remember we had talked about it many times with JJ and stuff, where moral victories are just don't cut it. They have to win games, and there were some impressive wins. I mean, Wyoming, Utah State should have won that game. You know, they were ahead and they blew it at the end. But Hawaii, what do you call it? The other team, I forgot. But
Nevada?
It was really impressive.
Nevada,
yeah, Nevada. That was a big game. I was just really impressed with them, and I know it's a small sample size, but I just hope they do good the rest of the year. And I think we may have finally turned the corner and get some respect. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ruben, it's good to hear you. Well, it's a good start. Mm-hmm. It's a really, really good start. And we talk about this every year coming out of Media Day. It's great to schedule them, go win a few. Well, they won a few. They beat Missouri. And they beat Purdue. And they beat Florida State in a true road game. Yeah, those are good wins, man. Those are good wins. Who'd you tell me he's on too?
Dan.
Dan. Good morning, Dan. How you living?
Hey, I'm living great, man. Thanks for taking my call. A little short one just to answer back about why nobody suspects Verlander for being on steroids. Because, listen, the first time that I see Verlander toss a broken bat at a Hall of Famer as he's jogging down to first base in the World Series after he hit the guy, because the guy had been lighting him up his entire career. And as soon as Verlander plays well over 20 years and has jowls on the side of his face that look like two basketballs, then I'll think he might be on steroids. Until that time, I think he's just a guy like the guy that used to play for Atlanta. What was his name?
Maddox?
Maddox, just a guy that knows how to take care of his body, controls the plate, and besides that, anybody that's married to a model like Verlander is, man, you just got to give him respect anyway.
That works like Tom Brady, too.
That helps him work hard.
Exactly. All right, guys, I'm on my way to work. I'm out. You guys, thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, it's a fair. There's your retort. There's been no rage coming from that young man. All right.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Now, the Blue Jays are one of my favorite stories this season because of the kids. You have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you have Bo Bichette, and Gavin Biggio Jr. That's just cool. And they're all pretty good baseball players.
Yeah.
Verlander going out, 14 strikeouts, no hitter in the top of the ninth inning. The Astros rookie third baseman hits the 2-run homer in what was a scoreless game to that point.
Baseball somewhat gets lost on the weekends now, but it's so intense, right? I mean, you get baseball during the weekdays, but we're kind of losing on football Saturdays, don't we? In some respects,
Just a bit.
I do have an email on your baseball team. Dwight says, when do we hear about JJ's Rocks? Jeff, there has to be a house cleaning in this organization, right, from top to bottom? I don't know that there does. I mean, honestly, do you say bad season? Is it pitching? Because the core isn't horribly different than it was a year ago when they went to the playoffs.
The core is exactly the same. And
Without
they
DJ
were
LeMahieu.
expecting the pitching staff to take a step forward. It didn't.
DJ LeMahieu was replaced by Daniel Murphy as your core, right? Otherwise, so evaluate it as you look at it.
They're banking on the young pitching, which they have to do. That's what they invested in. Herman Marquez was not good to start the season. And then you had Kyle Freeland, Tyler Anderson, all suffer injuries, all pitch poorly.
Yep.
John Gray. And so you look at the dudes who are on the IL now, who didn't play well. And then offensively, this has been a roller coaster team even when they've been winning. Like, just because they've been at Coors Field, you think the numbers are going to be great. Last couple seasons, they have it, and that's why the pitching last year was so important for them, that starting pitching. And so they came back with the same philosophy. They said, hey, we feel we're in this spot to keep winning at a high level. Here's our core. We're bringing a veteran, Daniel Murphy, to play first base. Go from there, and just nothing has worked for that team this season.
It just didn't work.
That is one where, and you watching that game last night, where just Dodger teeing off on them like
It's
crazy.
7 home runs last night.
And the Rockies
just
still ended up scoring
gargantuan
9
shots.
runs, but Jock Peterson, that one shot he had, it was just
Did you see him
monster.
smiling, just laughing?
And then Ian Desmond on the mound. You're like, can we
He
just
looked
end
good.
the season?
Ian Desmond looked good. Ian Desmond and Russell Martin can pitch. Ian Desmond and Russell Martin can pitch.
Make it stop. Just throw in the towel.
Now, you got to finish it out. That's how that works.
And there is a huge question because all of a sudden, who knows how the young pitching staff, which they can't
What's
say
in the
they're
farm?
young anymore,
Right.
to growing third, fourth season, how are they going to return? Coming back from injury, a lot of these guys, and Kyle Freeland was down in AAA because he was struggling so much early in the season, and we've seen it firsthand. The farm system's not great right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. What's on the farm? So what do they do, and what are their assets?
They might be potentially looking at a teardown, and how do you do that when you've invested in Nolan Arenado? You feel Trevor Story is that guy as well. There's going to be some big-time decisions in the offseason for Colorado.
Yep. Bud Black stays, right?
I think probably
Ray
be the first person would be the Bridich.
You think
to
so?
do anything?
Oh.
He's general manager taking the hit.
But after one bad year, you think? I mean, how much hits? So you went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. Bad year.
Yeah, I don't.
Did you blow this thing up after one bad year? Because I don't think so.
I think they run it back, but also when you take a step back, all right, deep breath, and then you look at it, I do believe they peaked.
Okay.
The last 2 years, they hit
all
that.
about their pitching.
And now, really, what are they going to get out of that staff?
Ray on the line.
Ray, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. What's good, Ray?
How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Say, JJ, first of all, nice job on Saturday. I didn't get to go because we made our annual trek to our humble double wide down at Elephant Butte.
Thank you.
But it was a good job. We got to watch it on the Mountain West feed, and you guys did well. Anyway, I'm not sure what we learned.
Right.
From Saturday's game. We learned that the defense was inexperienced. Yeah, you know, in terms of how they played. It just seemed like, it didn't seem like everybody had their assignments down, so to speak. The physical talent looks decent. I would have liked to have seen a bigger DB with some strength and speed, but other than that, the physical talent looks all right. on the offensive side, I thought Sharon Jones looked really good. I thought he looked.
What do you think of Garrett
really
Hughes? What do you think of the first quarterback?
Athletically, nothing to write home about, but he can throw the ball. Although he wasn't accurate so much of the time, he laid a couple throws into places that he needed to lay them. I kind of like Sharon because he gives them, he gives them an all-around skill, and I think that brings more balance to their offense. That's just my opinion, and I'm sure Tavaka would fall into that same mold. I just think with Brant Hughes, we might be a little bit one-dimensional. I didn't see a lot of trying to run the ball, and you got to be able to run the ball, So anyway, what do you guys think? I mean, what do you think we learned?
I'm there with you. I think we all were really looking at the New Mexico State game to see who this team is going to be. I think it's can they create turnovers, because this team's going to give up a lot of yards. That's going to be a problem for them defensively. So if they can turn the football over, create some big plays on that end, and at least give themselves a chance. But I do agree with you. I think they're more explosive with Sharon if they call the game the same way. If they let him throw the football downfield and then use that zone read scheme, I think that's when they can be successful.
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
Thanks,
Ray.
guys.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Ray,
Thanks.
call the 246-0610, 888-922-0610. You can get in as well. What'd you learn? Because I think it's fair. And, JJ, you're dead right. Probably not going to know until the New Mexico State game. What do we see out of the first game? Tavaka wasn't in the mix. Notre Dame's going to be a different animal. New Mexico State's going to be someone who is like you.
And I like Brant Hughes for his first game here. Thought he did well. His decision-making, he was quick with the football at times, but I don't know if New Mexico's good enough right now to be a team that doesn't have a little bit extra of a threat from the quarterback position, to just really be throwing the football, then expecting somehow to run at it at a shotgun then with the one back.
Yeah. All right, keep them coming. Hey, are you looking for your first home? Maybe it's been a few years since you've owned a home. You're back in the market. We all know how hard it can be to come up with that money you need for a down payment on a home. And that's why Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers you Jump Start. Jump Start's a down payment assistance program. Gives you up to 3% of the purchase price, maximum of $6,000, and you can use towards your down payment. Jump Start's for first-time home buyers and for those who have not owned a home for the last 3 years. To see if you qualify, talk to my good friends over at Kirtland Federal Credit Union's mortgage team. Stop by and see them at the new Home Loan Center, centrally located on the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna, or give them a call at 1-800-880-5328. That's 1-800-5328. All the details online, kirtlandfcu.org/jumpstart. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA.
Albuquerque's #1 sports station.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412. 412.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it, we smash it.
Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons.
Breaking news. Oh, Zeke's flying back to Dallas just in case.
Yep. Next few hours, stand by. Could go down.
You know, I watch all the talking heads scream at each other about, does he deserve to be the highest paid running back? And if you want to go just by talent, sure. But I just don't understand the argument and how you can dismiss the rest of it. How can you just tell me that the off-the-field stuff doesn't play into it? If you're the guy cutting the check, and you've got a guy with that history, well, Jeff, I mean, he's never been convicted. He did a 4-game suspension, right? He had all the other stuff. Like, yeah, it plays into it. And so if you're going to make him the second highest paid, really, our egos are that big that that's what's going to get in the middle of getting this done? He's getting a $10 million raise. Not getting $10 million. A $10 million raise. But we're going to let egos get in the middle of this? That's where this whole thing, I get lost. You know, I see the headline, does Zeke deserve to be the highest paid runner? Oh, absolutely. I mean, he does things that nobody else does. Todd Gurley did those things 2 years ago. We watched what happened, right? And Todd Gurley didn't have all that off-field crap. I get the whole thing for running backs. You got to get all that you can get because you're going to get one big deal. I understand that. But this other stuff does, it's got to come into play. It just does. You think I'm way off?
No. I think everyone's at the same point. We're just waiting for something to happen and trying to find something new every day, and there's just nothing new there.
Well, I just when I look at that stuff, it just bothers me because you can't just pick and choose your facts, your issues, your points. I mean, it's all got to be taken into consideration. Ron says I need to pick JJ's brain.
Oh,
but he sent it to me. Mm-hmm. Did he send it to you too? Doesn't look like he did. All right, can he pick your brain through my email?
Yes, let's see what we got.
Talking to Mariachi fans and asking, is there any relief in sight? I keep hearing the name Colton Welker. Instead of running down the ramp at La Plaza next year, it sounds like they're expecting him to ride in on a white horse. Can JJ tell us anything about this hyped Rockies prospect?
He's the number 2 prospect in the organization, according to some. He just sneaks in top 100. If you're looking at like MLB pipeline. He's a corner infielder. So can he play first base? It's a question you ask because he's not playing third.
Because you got one of the best third basemen, if not the best in baseball.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And who's the cornerstone of your organization right now. So, yes. All right. There's your answer. If you missed it earlier this morning, Team USA wins their opener in Shanghai in the FIBA World Cup of Basketball. 93-92 in overtime against the world power that is Turkey.
Dude, that's pressure. That is, say what you want about this roster, drop all your jokes. That is USA across their chest and Turkey not handling it in the final moments.
Turkey threw up 4 bricks from the free throw line.
Boy, were they bricks.
In the last 9
seconds. The last 2 were by a
NBA player.
At fine, average, your baseline guy that plays for the Cavaliers.
Turkey is the 17th ranked team in the world. 17th ranked team in the world.
Miles Turner, though, bro.
What's USA ranked?
Bro. They got to be number 1.
Come on.
Right.
Chris Middleton made 2 free throws with 2.1 seconds left.
Attaboy.
He had 15 points, team high.
Pop's got to have a conversation with Turner. You got to keep that ball high. What are you doing?
So they're not gonna win this tournament. I mean, Turkey's not the best team they're gonna play.
No,
not even close. And they were lucky to scrape by Turkey. They turned the ball over with about 12 seconds to go.
Now all of a sudden, these games are going on in the morning. We'll tune in for the last few minutes because we're here.
Yeah.
But are you all of a sudden like kind of interested that they're being pushed, or do you just like should they beat Turkey by 30 and then we're just like, all right, cool, move on? Like,
I honestly don't know how I feel yet. So there's part of me that's
like knowing that they're vulnerable. Does that like make you like kind of pay attention?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's part of me that's like, well, it's America, right? America,
but it's not the All-Stars though. It's not the dream team.
So does that make you root for them more or less?
Still, if you look at like half the Boston Celtics, people think that's supposed to be a pretty good team in the NBA next year.
So, but my point being, does that make you root for them more or less? Saying, we don't need these, superstars, the Currys and the Durant. Well, Durant can't play. LeBron and AD, and
it's because he's soft. Kevin Durant should be out.
Kevin Durant's soft. He should be playing for America. But I mean, those guys didn't want to play. And do you want these guys to go out there and say, "See, we don't need you who are too good for Team USA"? Or if this team goes out and gets beat, does that just embolden those guys going, you do need
They ride in.
You do, right.
On their
next year at the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
Yes.
And set the record straight.
And see what happened. We are America. Look what happens when we come out. And next year it's Curry. And now I'm getting Klay Thompson can't play. And LeBron and AD and, right? That group, well, Giannis isn't American, but that group of players.
You're getting James Harden
James
out there.
Harden.
Chris Paul.
Paul George.
George.
I don't think Paul George is
one of
going
the
to throw on
Pauls.
USA.
Kawhi Leonard.
One of the Pauls.
Like that almost ruined his
fun guy.
life
Don't forget
playing
the fun
for
guy.
Team USA. In the stand.
When Paul George blew out his knee in Vegas at that USA tryouts, I mean, the fact that he came back sounds like one of the most miraculous comebacks this side of Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We're talking like terrible, like Gordon Hayward level, like fractured.
Yeah. But when you throw out your team next year with Harden and LeBron and Kawhi and AD and
think
Steph
LeBron's
Curry,
got one more run in him in an Olympics?
Yeah, I think it's the Foblo thing, fear of being left out. I don't think he wants to miss out on it. Fear of missing out.
This would
FOMO.
probably
Fear of missing out. FOMO. What?
like
no, I
this
do.
would be his really last like.
Yeah, I do. If you look back, like Magic made the run post HIV announcement with Team USA. I'm pretty sure Kobe made a late run with Team USA. Like I think this is these guys' connection to the next generation.
You get Melo a shot. Where's Melo? What's he up to?
Melo.
How come he's not on this team? He's not busy.
Don't be surprised if he is. But don't you think
today?
Those guys? I almost feel like it's that guy's connection with the next generation, which gives them that hang-on-ofness. I know I'm making up words, but that feel that he's part of that next generation because he spent those 2 months with that team and had that bond. And I think there's something very real to it. But to me, I'll bet he does because I just think that he's in that place right now where he feels like he's got something to prove after last year.
And he's in a fascinating place because he's still very good at basketball. And to your point, that next generation, he's the dude for that generation.
That's right. He's their Kobe or he's their Michael or yes. There's no doubt. And so I think he wants to have that connection like Kobe does, right? Kobe likes to still have that connection with these guys. Michael kind of did in his own little way. But yeah, I do. I think, look, LeBron's got the other piece of that is I think he feels like he's got a lot to prove. He may still be the best basketball player in the world. But the talk at the end of last year was about two other guys. It was about Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard. You know why? Because they were playing in the playoffs.
NBA Finals.
And that guy, they didn't even make the playoffs. That guy wasn't. He wasn't playing at all.
And all of a sudden it raised question marks. He had his first
injury
that cost him
no doubt
a good amount of time, plus where he's at in his career, how long he's played the game. So it all starts adding up.
Oh, that's right.
Man, it's gone by quick.
That's right.
Seems like.
Yeah, it doesn't slow down either. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Come on in. We got one more segment for you. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoser, along with Alden, on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The question fans have is Jacoby Brissett a true NFL number one? I believe he is. It's just that he isn't Andrew Luck. Luck was a top 5 quarterback, no doubt, who made so many special plays that very few others can on the NFL field. Brissett has taken all the preseason reps, has the NFL's best offensive line, and one of the league's best play callers in Frank Reich. Brissett's Colts can still win their division, and I predict they will. I'm Boomer Esiason. Hiring is challenging, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. That place is ZipRecruiter. With their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job. ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/go. That's ZipRecruiter.com/go. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If you hear squealing and grinding noises from your vehicle, it's time for new brakes. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, when you buy any set of Brake Best pads and any 2 Brake Best rotors, you'll save 10% on your total purchase. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
Guys, I got to tell you, this is probably one of the best parts of my day when I'm driving along and Trujillo says something that makes me laugh. Because you guys make me laugh all the time. So appreciate it.
Weekdays at 3, the Sports Animal.
For years, Ben Lucero and Indigo Mortgage has been telling you when you need a mortgage loan, shop around even if it means you get an offer from the competition. Michael Carlisle here. A recent study shows first-time home buyers are the most likely to shop around, but they rely heavily on big internet lenders. That's a bad bad move because those internet lenders are notorious for taking advantage of first-time homebuyers and anyone looking for a loan who isn't getting multiple offers. If you shop around, you're likely to save thousands of dollars in unnecessary points and fees. Just recently, Indigo Mortgages heard from 5 different borrowers who got hooked up with that lender that rhymes with pocket. In all 5 cases, Indigo Mortgage was able to get a rate a quarter to a half point lower and saved up to $4,000 in fees. When you shop, make sure you do it with a local lender you can trust. That's Indigo Mortgage. Call them at 836-5700 or visit them at indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700.
NMLS 188348.
O'Reilly.
It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn bonus points on more than 250 offers. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store today or browse through our offers at O'ReillyAuto.com, where you can earn double points shopping online. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10, The Sports Animal. Albuquerque's Lobo Station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
All right, USA advances in FIBA World Cup basketball today. Jerry Jones is hopeful that Ezekiel Elliott will be there for Game 1. Zeke evidently is coming back from Cabo to Dallas in case he signs his deal. That's your big stories. This morning it's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoser. And Alden. Don't forget Alden. He's very noisy today.
Well, someone just had a birthday.
Well, there's no. Yeah, Alden had a birthday yesterday.
So you can understand why he might be a little quiet this morning.
Attaboy. Yep, you made a birthday.
Happy birthday. Thanks for waking up. It was probably difficult.
Right, yeah. That's difficult any day, probably.
He grilled up some steaks with the family yesterday. Had himself a day now.
Little A1 sauce?
Turned 62 yesterday.
Or is that?
That's right. A1 says? You like
A1?
What's what do you do if you grill steaks? What do you marinate them in? Do you have like a certain go-to?
Just a little salt and pepper. Oh, Montreal. I like that Montreal seasoning.
I don't know what that is, but sounds good. You got a go-to? Okay. I like Worcestershire
I'm not a
sauce.
steak guy.
You're not? Okay.
So
you don't have
usually when it's steak, Tilly does it, and then I just cook it up.
All right.
I'm not a steak guy, man.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
Like
not
what you
my
like,
thing,
man. Eat what you eat, man. I mean, it's too hot, it's too hot. If it's too cold, it's too cold.
Okay.
Don't go to the game. You know what I'm saying? Who's on the line?
Lenny.
All right. Hello, Lenny.
Morning, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. So let's talk about the Houston Texans.
Yes.
And when a general manager shows, it really helps to have one.
Good thing.
Your Javian Clowney trade is a joke for what they got in return, and then they overpay for Tunsil.
Yeah, Seattle stole him, and I think they got had both ways. It certainly feels that way.
I mean, and then the thing with Clowney, you lost your leverage with him by not trading him before July 15th, when at that point you could have traded him. He didn't have to sign his tender yet, which by waiting until after July 15th essentially made him untradeable unless he signs his tender, and took all those control you had from out of the trade. So, I mean, yeah, they get the left tackle they need to protect Watson, but they gave up just way too much, and then get nothing for Connie. It's bad. A bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing and who's steering the ship, and nor do they, by the way.
No, I don't. I for a second I was going to see if Gruden might have been running the team from Oakland, but because since he was disappointed that he had to put his quarterback of the future, Peterman, on the injured reserve. And then now we get to the Cowboys, and the pieces of the pie financially start running less. Now you sign Collins, you sign Jalen Smith. What money is going to be left over now for your big three? Or which two of the three you're going to really sign?
Dak and Zeke.
Yeah, it's going to be Dak and Zeke.
Right, because they freed up $5.7 million today with that signing. But they're putting in a lot of money. It's great. I mean, I'll give them credit. Now their offensive line is together through 2023.
Well, I mean, you always ask for teams to spend, right? So now they're spending, and they're trying to do it in a way that makes the most sense. And if you need to save $1 million here, $1 million there to sign another player, you got to do that, right?
But no, and I agree. And also, Jerry is also proving a point. You work with the team. You don't beg for a pay raise. We're going to give you what you deserve. Because Collins probably had the worst thing happen to him with his girlfriend being shot, ex-girlfriend being shot and killed, and him falling from a first-round pick to undrafted.
Yeah, I don't know if you don't beg for one. I mean, if you don't take it public, and I think the other guys are being reasonable, right? I just think Zeke's team has gotten to the point where I don't know that it's incredibly reasonable anymore.
No, he is not being reasonable, and the flip side. Then you also get Melvin Gordon. Now, is he being unreasonable? Or the Chargers being cheap?
He goes both ways.
Yeah, I agree with JJ on that. It's both ways. I mean, is he elite? Do you think he's elite?
No.
He's very good. Is he elite?
He's very good, and he's had one season where he's averaged and been healthy and averaged more than 4 yards a carry.
So
I don't put him in the same class with Ezekiel.
I don't either. And so what do they offer him? $10 million a year? 11?
Right. And he
I don't think they're
more
being
than
unreasonable.
The $12 million that David Johnson's getting.
Yeah,
$13 million.
He's not him. I think the Chargers are being fair here.
They are being fair. I wish they would have traded him sooner.
They haven't
But
traded
they
him
still
yet.
hold the leverage. But they still hold the leverage on him for trading.
Okay.
But no, but I as much as I don't root for the Cowboys, I'm going to give them credit. They're signing their players.
Yeah.
But just now, Ezekiel needs to just be realistic. You have the choice. Do you want all the money, or do you want to take less and win? And build up around you. I'm not asking everyone to do Tom Brady, because not everyone's married to a woman that makes $35 million a year.
But by the same token, it's a fair question. Do you want all the money, or do you want to take a little less and have a chance to win so other guys can play?
Right.
Yeah, that's a fair
So
question.
we'll see what Zeke. I think Zeke's going to end up coming in at about 13.5.
All right.
With about $50 million guaranteed.
Okay, I'm down with that.
And then they'll move on to everyone else. But when you start asking for the moon, I want $40 million a year. Okay, I guess you could try that with the XFL.
Yeah. All right, Lenny.
So, but it's just two dynamics when you watch two different teams. And then also,
No, it's
now
individuals,
we've seen an official tanking season for the Dolphins.
You think they're already in tank mode?
So if I'm Josh Rosen, I hope I just sit on the bench all season, because he's going to have no protection.
So bad. It's such a bad break for him. I mean, and we're not going to know if he's worth a
They
damn.
might actually set an NFL record for the most sacks.
Yeah, we're really not going to know if he's worth anything. There's going to be no way to evaluate that guy.
No, but it's their fault for not throwing him out there. But they're in tanking mode because they want to get the quarterback from Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. Tanking for Tua.
But Rosen, I don't know how Rosen just falls off the charts, and he's not an NFL quarterback.
I'm right there with you on him. I don't get it either. All right, man. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you. By the way, Lenny stoked me. I went and did some business with Lenny.
Yeah. Your brother love it?
Loved it, dude.
Loved it.
It was pretty cool.
He's a Raider fan.
Good.
Got him a Raider helmet signed by their 3 Super Bowl MVPs.
Ooh.
Jim
Very
Plunkett,
nice.
Marcus Allen, Fred Biletnikoff.
Was it in a case or just out?
It was out.
Oh.
I mean,
Did he put it on?
It was wrapped. No, he didn't put it on.
I would have put it on.
You would have put it on?
Yeah. Give me a helmet. I'm going to put it on.
Really?
Then you start touching it, and we start messing with the signatures. What do you do?
No, I just put it on. I wouldn't touch the
You wouldn't
signature.
touch the helmet?
I'll
How'd
go
you
out
put it on?
there, get my ball, look at my shadow, go back to when I was a kid, putting on that kid's football helmet. Oh, man.
Remember those? Do they still do those? That
There's-
whole little set you used to be able to get, the helmet and the uniform.
Yeah, I think they're
and
still
the box.
around.
They still
They
do
should
that?
be, man. Those are classic toys.
Austin,
If not, let's start it back up.
Austin have a Broncos uniform yet?
A onesie?
Some onesies. But
Is he still going to be a Bronco fan or what? You still a Bronco fan?
I'm still a Bronco fan. I'm not as like fanatical as I was.
I just want to make sure. I didn't know where you were.
Let
with this.
Flacco do it to you.
Can't wait, baby. 8-8.
Maybe they could be 8, 8, and 10.
It's not bad.
They could be 8, 8, and 10.
That's mediocre, sneaky right there. 8, and 8.
We're so United went next again
Sunday.
They're back home Sunday.
They're on the road Sunday.
They're on the road Sunday for their second to last road match. They'll be in Oklahoma City, and then they got a boatload at home. September 14th at home. They will play Colorado Springs and Reno. Ooh, the Phoenix Rising are coming.
They don't lose.
They don't lose.
That's 17 in a row they've won.
So right
That's
now,
outrageous.
the table has got United outside of the the playoffs.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We're saying there's a chance Tiger is going to be competitive. Well, he competed last year. He won his major this year.
Darn it. I did it again. My bad. I probably won't be in tomorrow.
Does that mean you don't want JJ talking soccer?
Sorry. Well, I get the hint. I
Is
get
that
it.
what you're saying?
I get it. It's the other football season now.
All right, what do we do on Wednesdays? Who's in tomorrow? Deal?
Adam Deal.
All right.
Aloe vera, man.
Thanks to Doug Martin
done.
for being with us today.
Good day.
Jim Rome Show is next. Dan Patrick's after that. You get the Sports Bar at 3, CBS Radio at 7, and then back tomorrow morning, we will be here with award-winning radio for you. Anything else? What's next on ProView? You know, Alden?
Steve Davis Show.
Steve Davis Show is coming up next. Make sure you stay tuned for that as well. All right, Hoser. I hope I see you tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
You invited back? All right.
Better bring your helmet.
Be good to each other. Bring your helmet.
And shoulder pad.
Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.